Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode here of the All-Time Trios League in TEW9. As we have, for this episode, we will be running the first 4 shows for each of the 2 sides. And boy, do we have some big time matches already just from those first 4 days. And man, this is going to be the start of, I think, a really fun tournament with me not booking it. I have no idea who's going to win, so that type of randomness and wildness is definitely going to be wild to see how the game goes about it. I even think what I'm going to do is, for each match, I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on what I would have done if I was booking it. And then, as far as maybe keep track of that and just kind of compare it at the end to how the game actually ran, and just to kind of see how it would have how differently it would have stacked up, or stuff like that, just to keep it a little bit more, just some more options, just to kind of see how it would have gone had I done it like I did with the All-Time Tag League. As for these shows, because it is basically 16 matches for each show, I'm probably going to go through like the booking stage, probably for these first 2 shows of the Premier League and the National League, just to show that off, but then probably start the show off with, the first match and kind of work it from there. That way, it's not a crazy long video, but as far as for the shows itself, I'm not exactly sure where we're going to start off as far as the locations or anything like that, because a lot of it is just based on how I want to have the main event, as far as who I want that to be, and so it's really just kind of going with the flow and just kind of seeing how everything plays out. And obviously for these first 2 shows, for each side, it's going to be kind of figuring out where the talent is right now. So, but yeah, as far as we are ready to go, everything has been pre-booked, so we are good to go. Let's, I guess what we could do, just to make it easier for everybody, let's go to the Premier League and let's have the National League. Let's have all these guys. Man, I wish I could just hit click all. So yeah, probably won't be doing that then. But I probably should be doing that for each of these events, making sure just, National League and Premier League guys are only on these set shows. As, oh yeah, now we have to pick the venue first, which is pretty tough. I was hoping we didn't have to. Oh, let's just, I'm hitting, I'm hitting the wrong thing. I was trying to cancel it, I kept on hitting the notepad. Let's see. For the first show, yeah, we're going to have about 20,000 people, though, for the first show. That is not too bad. Let's go on the West Coast for the first day. Let's see. And drop it down. Let's just, to where the minimum is going to be about 20,000. There we go. Oh, Staples Center, perfect. Love that. Oh, yeah, and of course, the All-Time Trios League Network, which everything's at very big right now. Believe, but say we can't go huge for some of those, so that'd be nice to upgrade that. We have the money to do that. Booking team meeting, yeah, I don't think we really need to do that. Yeah, we can't have a creative finish. I think we're going to keep this for now. But there's going to be a lot of locker room incidents. Sure, yeah. So Chris Masters hanging out. Sure. Oh my god. No spot for you. Sheamus was wanting to work. Doug Jackson, bright in the mood backstage, doing several funny cartoon drawings of his colleagues. Carl Gotch, passing on tips, being more consistent to Joe Malenko. Tough that Joe's not working tonight. And then as far as passing on psychology tips, it's Naito to Hiromu. Oh, wow, and Shawn Michaels about fought Jim Ross. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, there we go. At least nobody actually fought. Oh, yeah, let's inspire everybody. Big night. There we go, got everyone buzzing. So, yeah, as far as there's the matches, the 16 matches. As far as for our main event, boy oh boy, this is going to be a tough one to pick. There's a lot of good options. I do like Gen Next in the Elite. I think that match is going to be awesome. I would absolutely love this match. As far as, taking the young Gen Next guys against the Elite, this would definitely be like a... to have that on like AEW TV to be like a main event would be very, very awesome to see. As far as who I would have had win, man, obviously with this first night, you never know how people are going to perform. I'm assuming the Elites are going to be better. I probably would give it to them. Probably have Omega get the win. Probably have him beat Austin Aries. But yeah, as far as we'll see how the game decides there. I like the Filthy Animals Blood Generation match. Yeah, steal the show. About 12 minutes here. This is a tough one. Again, it really depends on how everyone's going to play out. I do love Blood Generation, but I feel like the Filthy Animals, they're probably going to perform better here. Boy, this is a tough one to really choose. Honestly, I'm going to go with Blood Generation. Probably have them beat Kidman in that one. Let's see. Man, I mean, this is getting really, really tough to choose. How do I want this to play out? Second City Saints, Team Angle. It'd be interesting. I probably would give it to Team Angle here. I have Kurt beat Ace Steel in that one. See how the game plays out. Do love this match. Kai DX and Los Gringos Locos. This is going to be the technical masterclass matchup. It's going to be way the fuck down on the card, actually. But this would probably be a win for Los Gringos Locos. But I don't mind a Kai and Tai win, though. Wouldn't mind it. But I'd probably give it to them. Monster Express and ECW Originals. Ricochet and Rob Van Dam in the same match is always fun. Ooh-Ah Nation in there. I'd probably give it to Monster Express, honestly. I think they could use the win. I think Ricochet getting the win, or even Ooh-Ah Nation getting the win over like Dreamer or Sabu would be huge there to kick it off. We'll see how that plays out. CTU in the Dudley Boys. A Liger with obviously Jado and Ghetto versus Bubba Ray, Devon, and Spike. This is a tough one too. I really, I feel like both teams could really use this win. I'd probably go with the Dudleys on this first one, just to play it safe, because I would assume Jado and Ghetto not gonna go over so well. We'll see though. Death Triangle and El Sky team. As we're gonna give these guys 23 minutes. It's a fun match here. Probably give it to the Death Triangle, but mainly because I just don't think the Sky team are going to outperform them. Lucha Brothers are going to go over pretty nicely. So yeah, we'll just move that down. I love this Jurassic Express 3-count match, though. This is pro wrestling right here. We got a fucking dinosaur against a couple of boy band members. We're giving this 11 minutes because there's no way we should give this a lot of time. As far as who would win, I really don't know. Like, this is another one that is really a toss-up. I kind of want to give it to Jurassic Express just because Luchasaurus is such an absolute unit in there. But also, Marco Stunt losing Falls would make a lot of sense too. That's a tough... I mean, these have been some tough ones to pick. A lot of these I'd probably honestly let the game decide on who would win. But man, that's a hell of just a wild-ass match there between those two teams. 3MB, Team Extreme, fun match here. I would actually have Team Extreme get the win, and I'd probably, just to make sure, we have the Hardys look like a, credible threat. Maybe have Lita hit a Rana on Slater to clear him out of the ring, and then maybe, the Twist of Fate Swanton onto either Mahal, probably Mahal, and he takes the fall in 16 minutes. But a fun little matchup there. Maybe even have Lita beat Heath, since, as far as Heath, I mean, he lost to her, obviously, with the help of, like, the APA and all the legends during that time, like 2011, but it'd be a fun little matchup, though. Another technical masterclass matchup here, rather, is United Empire. Oh my god, United Empire. Where is my brain at? Undisputed Era in the Bang Bang Gang. It's Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish against Juice in the Guns. If Bobby Fish wasn't such an idiot, this definitely would have been like an AEW match. But, yeah, I mean, this might be the worst of the two technical matches, so it's probably going to go first, probably the opening matchup. We'll see, though. Triple X and the Brood, that's a fun little match with the amount of talent involved. We're going to set this for Steal the Show. Probably give this to the Brood. I think Edge and Christian are going to go over pretty well in this matchup. Probably going to be the best performers. Give them a win there. We'll see how the game decides. Though, as I kind of want this to be a little bit higher than some of these other matches, actually. I think, yeah, we'll put it here. Right before the co-main. Los Perros de Mal, as far as taking on the Kings of Wrestling, another Tactical Masterclass matchup. So we got a lot of them on this card, because I didn't know what was going to be the best case scenario here for the Tactical Masterclass matches. This one's a tough one, too, because I really love Los Perros de Mal, but, of course, I love the Kings of Wrestling. With Larry Sweeney involved, it's always going to be an interesting wrinkle to these matches now. I'd probably go Los Perros de Mal, though. Really kick them off with a big win. It's like, fuck it, why not, right? It's going to be a pretty good match. Yeah, let's have that follow that matchup. Fuck it. Fuck it. The OG Bloodline versus Team Canada here. Giving them a lot of time, but this is going to be a good match as far as the Usos and Sami Zayn. Of course, the Canadian there and Sami Zayn, so it's going to be a fun potential interaction there. Could even, it'd be kind of funny if he turned on the Usos to join Team Canada and completely ruin their chances. On the first night, that's a bit of a swerve. As far as who I probably would have picked to win that, honestly, probably the OG Bloodline. But it's a funny story, though, to go with if I would have went in that direction, but it would have completely fucked over the tournament doing that. But yeah, we'll have that follow the Tactical Masterclass matchup. Spectral Envoy in LIJ, only going to give them 11 minutes, because I would probably say LIJ should definitely win this match. Interesting matchup. Hiromu and Frightmare. Who would have thought? I mean, that would be actually a really good match at the time. To have, like, a prime Frightmare against Hiromu as, like, a junior match. As far as where we're going to put this on the card, probably right there. We might even have that actually open the show. Yeah, fuck it. We'll have that open the show. LAX versus the Judgment Day. As far as, for this one, we'd probably actually give it to LAX as Homicide and as far as Santana and Ortiz getting a big win. I don't know if we'd have Rhea get the loss in the first night. I think that would be kind of detrimental. Maybe have Dom take the old Gringo Killer, or I'll have Homicide, as far as get him up for the Verter Breaker, then maybe even have Ortiz or Santana jump off the top and do the low-key double stomp. Be kind of wild. Oh, we're already over 300 minutes. I figured that a lot of these matches get a lot of time because it's trios matches. Trying to think where I want to put this. I think we'll have that go after Jurassic Express in 3 count. So we will, go back here and adjust the show. Maybe 5 hours. We'll pack a lunch. As far as how that's going to play out. And yeah, just one more matchup, TMDK, Best Friends. It's a fun little match. And we would probably give it to Best Friends, actually, for the first win. I feel like they're going to outperform TMDK, but obviously Zach is really good. But it'd be a nice win for the baby faces there. I think it's, I'm going to put it right there. Schmeck dab in the middle, a little bit towards the higher up part of the card. But yeah, that's, I think that would be the card for this first night. I think it's going to be a pretty good show. We'll see how it goes. Oh my lord. They are not over as far as much as I would have thought. He slowed the card, or slowed the show down with how bad that went. Shingo with a 39 is wild. But yeah, I'm glad we had Naito. Yeah. Oh wow, Hollow Wicked got the win. That's crazy that they gave them the win. Wow. So shout out the Spectral Envoy beating LIJ. That is crazy. So yeah, the TEW letting this one be played out. Wow. Already a shocking decision in the first match. Definitely is not how I would have went with that. But yeah, the Graveyard Smash from Hollow Wicked over Naito. Dude, he beat Naito. Unreal. Well, what a win for Hollow Wicked. Oh, next match, 62. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, doing pretty well. They get the win, too. So that was at least the right choice, but even though the Technical Masterclass matchup, because the opening matchup stunk. But at least, hey, cold, losing interest. Hopefully we can get the crowd back. The 61 for Jurassic Express and 3 count. Wow, yeah, Shane Helms getting the win, the Vertebreaker over Jungle Boy. They were the much, much better team. Damn, Shannon Moore with a 71. Shout out Shannon Moore. Wild. Boy, yeah, Jurassic Express. Not a great start. Not a great start. They will be definitely on the lower end of teams by the looks of it. But at least it's now just the crowd is cold. But yeah, Jungle Boy was off his game too. And yeah, he got a 33. Damn, 49. Rhea, though, the best on the Judgment Day side. But LAX, yeah, they were the better team. It's the right choice there. With that, another dying part of the crowd. It cooled the crowd a little. Yeah, 49 there. But the work rate was good. Just the crowd, again, not really into it. But a lariat. Fucking shout out Kojima. Damn, Mensteo strains his back. So we get our first injury. Black Cat, R-Bar, and then Eddie with 100. Holy shit. The crowd still died. Yeah, again, just poor thing for the Tactical Masterclass match. But Eddie with a Frog Splash over Dick Togo. Fun match. Again, good wrestling. Just, again, the crowd hated that. And strained his back. 73, though. For the, oh, wow. Fans came to see men's wrestling. What a bunch of sexist pigs. But Lita and Matt and Jeff Hardy of Team Extreme getting the win. Jeff with the Swanton over Drew McIntyre. Yeah, that probably would have been Jinder Mahal. Again, like we talked about with the finish. But yeah, Matt and Jeff were the best people in the match. Lita outperformed 2/3 of the 3-man band. It's a fun little match. Again, crazy the crowd was dead, though. So far, that's been the best thing on the card. And for Kings of Wrestling, they actually beat Los Perros de Mal, so that would have been different. So I would have had them win. But Larry Sweeney with a 58, that's a very, very good sign for them. In a good little Tactical Masterclass matchup, Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilar, as far as being off their game, really off their game. And they still did pretty well. We're still above a 50. But again, dead crowd. Dead crowd. 69 here for the OG Bloodline, Team Canada. Good little match. Team Canada had the best guy with Bobby Roode. Kind of crazy. But yes, Sami's name is the 65. Eric Young, worst guy in the matchup. He was off his game, but yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. As the diving splash from the Usos, as far as Jey Uso. Probably have maybe one on as far as Jimmy onto another one type of thing, double splash. To have the big win on the first night. It's nice too that they get the win in the Staples Center too. 71 for Death Triangle. Oh well, Dick Togo should not be the road agent, so we'll have to take him off on far as road agenting matches. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, Death Triangle. That would have went well with how we would have went with that as far as getting the win for the Death Triangle. Pentagon Jr. getting the win with the, I'm assuming, package pile driver over Volador Jr. Volador Jr. and Valente 51s. Not a great start for El Sky team, but Dralistico did well. It's no surprise, he is very, very good. Pac with a 67. Interesting starting point for him. Yeah, crowd again. Dead as hell, oh boy. TMDK and Best Friends. These boys were not over enough to be as high as they were. TMDK got the win here, so yeah, it would have been the opposite of how I would have went with it. Mikey Nichols getting one with the Southern Cross stretch over OC, which OC was the almost the best guy for his team. Trent was awful in that match. Hate to see that, but yeah, the crowd again, not loving that. A 78 for CTU and the Dudleys. Oh, the CTU team gets the win. Yeah, Liger, best guy in the match. Ghetto outperformed almost everybody, tied Bubba. And then Jada with a 66. So he outperformed Spike. It's a good match. Yeah, good stuff. CTU gets the win. Brainbuster on to Spike. Yeah, love it. Good win for CTU there. 62 for the ECW Originals and the Monster Express. RVD getting the 5-star Frog Splash over Wuhan Nation. Again, another match that would have been completely different. Which, yeah, I see why. Tozawa and Wuhan 39s and 34s. Not great. Not a great start for the old Monster Express. But a good performance for the ECW Originals. So they did pretty well for themselves. 81 for the Second City Saints and Team Angle. Yeah, Team Angle gets the win. Kurt with 100. Shelton with an 89. He outperformed Punk. Obviously, Punk doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the Second City Saints. Yeah, again, right choice there. And yeah, exactly how I would have had it. Ace Steel taking the Angle Slam. That was a good match, though. Yeah, an 81. 79. I got the crowd buzzing, finally, for our Steelers Show matchup. The Brood versus Triple X. The Brood getting the win with Gangrel hitting the Impaler on low-key. That's pretty great. Edge with a 93. Best guy in the match. Other than Daniels, second best guy in the match. Then Neelix, Skipper, and Christian did the same. Low-key outperformed Gangrel. Yeah, pretty much exactly how I would have expected that, to have Gangrel be the worst of the 6. Good match, though. Got the crowd warming up a little bit. And again, hot and rising for our co-main event as the Filthy Animals. Beating Blood Generation as, Rey Mysterio Jr. with a 97. Yoshihino with an 84. Great shit. Too bad Shima and Ricky Doi shit the bed. Fun match, though. Again, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Yoshihino. That would be pretty fucking awesome to see. Especially, like, Rey Mysterio Jr. working like a Dragon Gate-style 6-man. Like, that would... I feel like Shima, if he would have got prime Rey Mysterio Jr., he probably would have shit his pants as far as to be able to have that type of performer on on those types of shows and in those 6-mans. Be pretty fucking awesome. Let's see how the main event does, though. A 92. Boy, oh boy, thank God for the Elite, as they did fantastic. They get the win over Gen X. And yeah, exactly, I would have put it again. Omega beating Austin Aries. Probably would have won with the one Winged Angel, but that's alright. Yeah, Roddy with an 87, Jack Evans with 84. Very, very fun match. Hell of a main event. Saved the goddamn show. And an 87. Yeah, actually, we would have gained some popularity in Oceania. Literally only only 2 matches above an 80. And, of course, the main event with a 92. Boy, yeah, Team DK, Best Friends. Need to put them way, way lower on the card. Other than that, for the first show, a lot of things went pretty much exactly how I would have expected them to go. Crazy against Spectral Envoy beat LIJ in the first match. Very, very wild. But yeah, a lot of these went exactly how I would have expected them to go. Some upsets, though, along the way. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, as far as, again, I would have Blood Generation get the win. Everything else, pretty much throughout, at this point, I would again had Monster Express, which that would have been a mistake, but that would have been a big win for him. At the same time, I was torn between the two teams. I think I did go with the Dudley Boys, which I'm glad I actually didn't, as far as didn't have that be the choice for that. I'm glad the game gave it to CTU. Again, I would have Best Friends win, which that would have probably been a mistake with how bad Trent was. That would have been about the same. Yeah, and then I would actually Los Perros de Ball beat Kings of Wrestling. Yeah, pretty much everything else. I know I was torn between 3 Count and the Jurassic Express. And I mean, just crazy LIJ lost that match. But yeah, that is the Premier League, as far as the first show. Definitely want to put over, like, Edge. Omega, again, was fantastic. Kurt for his 100, and then probably Eddie for his 100 as well. Some great stuff tonight, with on the show. Yeah, a couple guys pleased. Oh, luckily that back strain's not going to be too bad. Wonder how much money we made, actually. Oh my god, we made $21 million. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of crazy. I mean, how would the media would have known that he's the road agent? Yeah, well, that upset Dick Togo. Yeah, it was a huge success. Whoa. Yeah, someone needs to step up and grab that brass ring. Yeah, huge problem. Oh, wow. Yeah, as long as they remain professional. Sure. Hey. Good shit. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy. That whole show had nobody over the age of 30. Yeah, we got a lot of young guys. I didn't know they had heat. Matt and Perry. Yeah, again, looks like that's the best way of going about it. Well, that's fun. First time doing a media scrum on the game, and it actually went pretty well. As on to the first show for the National League now. I mean, they got a pretty easy bar to overcome. That Premier League, again, has a lot of, like, kind of the indie names, and a lot of those guys that are on the come up, as far as from the looks of it, from a TEW side of things. So yeah, we'll see how they do. As far as on to the National League, we go. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm glad I'm at this page before we actually get into the first day of the National League matches. We did add, between this show, the Premier League, and the National League show, I forgot to look at the Inner Circle stuff, and I actually started to equip this to a lot of roles. Basically, locker room leaders, Taker, Brett, Arn, Masao, and Jumbo. This was tough to really choose between, really, like, which guys we should have. I obviously want to have some guys from Japan and some guys from the US, and a lot of the kind of the veteran guys, and I felt like that was kind of the best list of guys then for the Chief Enforcers. This one was, it's kind of wild. Kendo Kobashi is considered the toughest guy on the roster, which it's pretty hilarious, but I'm surprised it's not Bam Bam or anything like that, but Taker is there as well, and Kawada. So the head of talent relations is going to be Jim Ross. Figure for the morale officer to be Bobby, and I just feel like Bobby would be great at that. Senior officials and senior road agent Gory and Tommy Young, both guys, the best for each side, so that made sense. Then Carl Gotch being the head men's trainer, which I thought was pretty awesome to have Carl Gotch train with some of the guys. I think he's going to, there's 19 people on the roster that are going to be improving each day. So that's going to be nice. I have thought about changing, to have intergender. That way, hopefully, now the crowd is not going to be so upset when the next Premier League show happens. And we also updated our, as far as with, we had enough money, obviously, to make a $21 million. It was like, let's put some money into the as far as investing into the own broadcast. So now U.S. and Mexico and India all now to huge. We're going to be making about 130,000 a month, which is not too bad. We'll see how it pays out, though, as far as if we're still going to make money after this month. Hoping we will. Probably a little bit of a gamble to put so much money in. Again, I wish, because it is set for the National League as far as the show, but yeah, I bet it still will have the Premier League guys on tap for this. Premier. Yeah. That's fine. Again, no big deal. But we'll just end up skipping that next time. So, of course, we were in the Southwest area the last show. It would probably make sense to run it again, to run the Staples Center again, this time, of course, with the National League. Again, our broadcasters. Oh, whoops. That got me bad. Yeah, and then, again, we're going to skip that for now. Locker room instances. Oh, yeah, filming. Well, I'm not interested, but he would be a guy to bring in if somebody got hurt, though, for the... Actually, go ahead and... Can we bring in? Oh, God. Yeah, everybody's pretty cool with that. Yeah, we'll just give him... let's give him just a handshake deal. No ironclad claws, because we don't have anybody to compete with. But yeah, not interested. Not interested for you, Chuck Palumbo. Well, that was it. Oh, no, there we go, I was going to say. Oh, Murder Clown has an idea for creative finish. That's hilarious. Stuart Masirachono about got in a fight. Did not have that on my bingo card for how I thought this first day was going to play out. But yeah, Jim Ross had talent relations. Putting a little slap on the wrist. Billy Gunn getting in between them, too. Just wild. Shinya Hashimoto about beat up a fan. Hashimoto probably would have beat that fan's ass, so he probably for the best there. Big Sally Graciano brought for Wrestler's Court. Yeah, he's making a mess backstage. I'm sure everyone loved that. Yeah, Taker found him guilty and sends him to clean up and then buy drinks after the show, which that's a lot of drinks for old Big Sal. Boy, yeah, the National League is full of just scumbags, so not surprised. The rumor mill is just a flowing with Hogan and Nick Patrick having a heated argument. Oh boy, yeah, and Keiji Muto just got annoyed by Bobby Heenan trying to be brought in. Same thing for Shinya Hashimoto. Yeah, Bobby Heenan. Maybe the morale officer was not the right choices. Yeah, he's been just getting the arguments there. Oh, 5 people showed up for the pre-show training drills. Axel Dieter Jr., Tamatonga, Buddy Matthews, Goto, and Hiroki, and Eric Rowan. That's actually not bad. And he's also giving on tips on being more consistent to Suzuki. I'm about to say, I don't think we can do another inspirational thing, so maybe we'll just save that again for down the line, and we'll give it to the National League. So, for our main event, obviously, Evolution and DX is a fun match as far as name-wise and whatnot, but I think the main event, the Four Horsemen and the Hart Foundation is a great match, but also the Shield and the Super Generation Army fucking rules. Honestly, I probably would have to be a draw if it was up to me. I just don't know who should lose this match. Hell of a match, though. Very, very fun match. Cannot wait to see how that plays out. Then the Horsemen and the Hart Foundation, which, it's a Technical Masterclass matchup, so, yeah, we'll have to put that a little bit lower on the card. I love this Von Erichs Wyatt family match. This would be red hot if this was, of course, in Texas. It's still going to be a fun match. As far as who I would have win these 2 matches, this is a tough one. I feel like giving the wins to the Wyatts would be pretty huge for that. I probably would have done that. And then for the Horseman Hart Foundation, God, that's a tough one. Probably the Horseman, though. That would have been a tough one to decide. For sure, though. The Radicals and Ring Comp. Hell of a matchup here. Boy, if we could drop 2,000 Chris Benoit against Walter, be a hell of a match. A hell of a matchup. As far as who would win that matchup, I'd probably give it to the Radicals. I'm probably going to have that be the co-main, to be honest. That's going to be a phenomenal match. Bullet Club and Chaos is fun, just for, AJ and Carl Anderson and Gallows against Okada, Goto, and Ishii. Probably give it to Chaos here. Feel like they're going to be the better team, but that's a fun match, though. Could have went either way, honestly. Ours could give it to Bullet Club. Again, I think we're going to put this right before the co-main. As, I'm about to say Suzuki-kun, but, fuck it, 3 New Musketeers, New Day, Shibata, Tanahashi, Nakamura against the New Day. This is a tough one, because I could, again, either way, New Day are definitely an established team, and a hell of a unit, but as far as from a star power standpoint, obviously, the new 3 Musketeers are incredible. Yeah, that's a tough one. It'd be hard not to go with the 3 Musketeers on that one. Yeah, I think we'll put that there. Might even be better than the Bullet Club Chaos match. Los Villanos in the Ministry of Darkness, 3, 4, and 5. Or actually, this would be 4, 5, and 3. Taking on the Ministry of Darkness. 12 minutes. Gonna keep it pretty short. Oh, this one's a tough one. Tough one, guys. Feel like... it's hard not to go with the Ministry of Darkness in this matchup. For that first night. Be tough. Be tough not to go with them. Demolition versus the Dangerous Alliance. We're setting this for Seal the Show. Keeping it kind of short. Definitely would give this to the Dangerous Alliance. So I think they will be the much better team. But, yeah, obviously... Oh, yeah, I'll actually open up the show with that. That way the Horsemen and the Hart Foundation aren't opening up the show. The NWO versus Los Brazos. We're going to keep this another one. Short and sweet. This would probably be the NWO. I just feel like they're going to outperform them. Plus, Nash is going to be so much bigger than everybody else in the matchup, unfortunately, size-wise. It's hard to not have Los Brazos win, though, just from a sheer importance factor. But I think that'll be the right call. The Evolution of DX, though, obviously, with Hunter and his background, but you have the New Age Outlaws and X-Pac. I'd probably have Evolution win this match. Should be a pretty good matchup, though. All things considered. Yeah, we'll put that actually before the co-main. Freebirds of the FBI. What a matchup here. Basically, we got a lot of people that are going to bump and feed. And Terry Gordy can really, really shine in this match. Man, this is a tough one, honestly. Because obviously the Freebirds... I fucking love them to death. The FBI, I don't know how many wins they're going to get in this tournament. This would probably be one where they could probably get away with a win. It's a tough call. That's actually a really tough call. Man, I really feel like the Freebirds should probably win that one. But that's a tough one. House of Black and Kinsuke Office. As we'll be giving the win to Kinsuke Office in this one. As far as if it was up to me. I wouldn't mind, though, the House of Black getting the win. Either way, I think that's going to be a pretty good match. Yeah, we'll put that after the Dangerous Alliance Demolition matchup. Planet Jarrett and Psycho Circus. Yeah, this, I feel like a Wild Brawl is perfect. We can use that creative finish, which is kind of weird to say since we don't know what the finish is. Yeah, never mind then. We can't use those because, yeah, obviously we don't know who's going to win. So, there went that. But yeah, fun match though. Planet Jarrett and Psycho Circus. I really want those guys brawling around the arena. Some blood involved, some chairs, some beer bottles getting broken. It'd be pretty fun. Pretty fun. Yeah, I think we'll put that after the 3 New Musketeers. And as far as New Day, Suzuki-gun and Too Cool. I would definitely give the Suzuki-gun. That's an interesting matchup though. Obviously, Kishi in there with his size, working with some of these guys is going to be very unique. But him like Lance Archer, like he could bump and feed for a guy like Lance, so it'd actually help out Lance a lot. Be a good match. Be a good little match. Be a different type of match with the sheer just size differences for a lot of the guys, but Be a good matchup nonetheless, I believe. Yeah, we'll put that after the House of Black Kensuke Office match. Three Musketeers, the Bloodline. Listen, Jacob Fatu and Shinya Hashimoto would absolutely rule. I would probably have the Three Musketeers win this one, but could be a decent matchup, all things considered. Where we're at on the booking line? Oh yeah, just Tanahashi and Nakamura, and those guys just kind of slightly being used too much. That's not a good sign for how that's going to play out. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out. As far as, is it going to be a good match or not? I'll put that there. And then the Triple Threat versus Saruta Gun. As, of course, Jumbo, Taue, Fuchi, Bam Bam, Candido, Douglas. We'd probably give this to Saruta Gun. Probably have Jumbo beat Shane Douglas. But, interesting matchup. Nonetheless, I thought I changed the time to 4:30. I guess not. As far as 4 hours and 30 minutes. But yeah, Triple Threat, Saruta Gun. Think we're gonna put this here. I think another Steal the Show matchup might work out well. But now we have the Wild Brawl match there. Yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah, let's just, make it 5 hours. What a show. 5 hours, a lot of time. Hell of a match, though, that main event. Shield and Super Junior Nitro Army. I like that Radicals ring conf match, like Timothy Thatcher and Benoit, and Timothy Thatcher and Malenko, and Falter and Malenko, but even Axel Theater Jr. in there, and Perry Saturn in there. Be a fun match. Some good stuff. Some good stuff on the card. Some interesting stuff on the card too. But yeah, that Four Horsemen Heart Foundation match is going to be awesome, and hopefully he doesn't get kind of buried by some of the underneath stuff. Yeah, let's run it. 78. For the first matchup, Ministry of Darkness beating the Los Villano team. Yeah, no surprise they outperformed. I figure they would with how popular they are. Taker and Bradshaw and Ron Simmons. As far as I forgot to change his name to actually Farouk, but we'll just keep it for Ron Simmons. It's fine. No big deal. But yeah, Tombstone for Taker, getting the win there in 12 minutes. Which, of course, is illegal in Mexico, so they're lucky that was in America, not in Mexico. 66 for the Freebirds in the FBI. Yeah, Terry Gordy, best guy in the match, no surprise. Little Guido tied Michael Lace. I'm actually surprised by that. Figured he'd be a little bit better. Yeah, Buddy Roberts, worst guy. Terry Gordy, power slamming Big Sally Graciano is a hell of a finish. To power slam a 500-plus pound guy. Pretty impressive, Terry Gordy. Pretty fucking impressive. And yeah, he had a great performance. And yeah, he really saved that match. Four Horsemen versus the Hart Foundation. Nice little tactical masterclass matchup here. Yeah, Oli, not great performance-wise. I figured he would struggle, which he did. It being a tactical masterclass matchup. But Ric Flair with the schoolboy over Owen Hart. The old schoolboy finish. Obviously, Rick very much, getting the win by the skin of his teeth. Interesting finish. That is very much a Ric Flair finish, though. The old schoolboy. It's the NWO, Los Brazos. Yeah. Hogan outperformed everybody. Nash outperformed everybody on that side, and same thing for Scott Hall. So yeah, right, team won. Good match, though. Decent match, at least. Especially compared to the previous night. Oh, yeah. As far as Steal the Show matchup, Dangerous Alliance beating Demolition. Axe and Smash and Crush, all around the same rating. But yeah, Stunning Steve Austin. Very, very good. Yeah, Stunning Steve. The man. Doing really well there. Got the win. Oh, they forgot to change his finishers to his Dangerous Alliance era finishers. So he wins the Stunner. Bam Bam. Bigelow and Meso Fuchi here as far as involved in the finish. So yeah, triple threat. Beating Saruta Gun. Pretty wild. As far as Fuchi, worst guy in the match by far. Not surprised because him not being over in America, but Jumbo and Taue, best guys of the match, which is no surprise. Again, we would have had Jumbo beat Shane Douglas, but that's okay. It's a good match, though. An 80 for the Three Musketeers in the Bloodline. Kajimuto beating Tamatonga. Poor Jacob Fatu with a 47. Hurts my little soul. Keiji Muto, though, and Masaru Chono, of course, they were involved in the tag league. So their ratings are pretty good, just based off of being in that. 67 for the House of Black and Kensuke Office. Boy, Buddy Matthews with a 25. Not great. Not great there. Katsuhiko Nakajima, though, with a 68. Best guy in the match was Nakajima there. He outperformed Kensuke. So that's kind of crazy. Malachi Black outperformed Kinsuke Sasaki, too, is why. Yeah, this definitely outperformed, or underperformed, my expectations. But the crowd's still hot, though. The crowd is still roaring away. And we get a 70 for Suzuki-gun and Too Cool, which Too Cool beats Suzuki-gun. Pretty crazy. Suzuki, best guy in the match. Lance Archer with a 31. That is fucking nuts. Kishi with the rum shaker. That's wild. That is wild. Definitely would not have had Too Cool win, but at least it wasn't like a crazy upset. They actually probably did better than the other team because of Lance Archer's 31, but that's just crazy that he got a 31. A thigh muscle strain for the 1/3 of the Three Musketeers, the new Three Musketeers, with Shibata and Tanahashi and Nakamura. Close match. Could have went either way. They went with the New Day. Big E getting went the big ending over Shibata. At least the best guy in the match gets the win over the worst guy. And that one, but yeah, shout out New Day. And Big E who caused the thigh muscle strain. Boy, oh boy, Zombie and Psycho Clown were awful. That hurts my soul. As Jeff Jarrett. But the acoustic equalizer over Psycho Clown. Thank God for Murder Clown. Man, Psycho Clown with a 15 is awful. Brutal stuff there. The Von Erichs and the Wyatt family. Yeah, went about as I anticipated. Von Erichs getting the win. The Iron Claw from Kevin on to Eric Rowan. I probably wouldn't have been the finish. Probably would have had David, because David's probably the biggest of the three. Or even Kerry. Probably not Kevin, though. Kevin would have been there to take the heat and bump for the Wyatt family for sure. Fun match, though. Fun match. 78. Bullet Club and Chaos. Well, Bullet Club gets the win. AJ getting the win for his team. Gallows, worst guy in the match, really no surprise. Surprised Ishii did as worse as he did, or did as bad as he did, rather. Yeah, Carl Anderson, though. Third best guy in the match. Fucking three IWGP, or no, three IWGP Heavyweight Champs involved in this match. Pretty wild. Evolution and DX. 83. Evolution gets the win. Batista pinning X-Pac to sit out powerbomb. Yeah, don't hate it. Don't hate the finish. I wouldn't mind Hunter getting the win over Road Dogg or Billy, but that's fine nonetheless. They were the better team, though, obviously, there. I like the ratings, because that's pretty much accurate for the time being of Evolution. 84 for the Radicals. And Ring Kampf, as Ring Kampf losing here. Yeah, Axel Dieter Jr. bringing that down. But obviously Chris and Dean, 85s and 87s. Falter with 84. 79, too, for Timothy Thatcher. Good little matchup. Dean getting the win to Texas Cloverleaf over Dieter Jr. as well. It's a good match so far, though. Premier League still has the best match of the tournament. And we have a main event that, wow, Michael Hayes shits the bed on. Super Generation Army, though. They are the trio to beat. With that 95, 90, 295s and 93. Rollins with 84, 80, or 72 for Roman, and 70 for Dean Ambrose. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, awesome match as far as wrestling-wise. But solid with the Emerald Flosion over Ambrose. Hell of a main event. Hell of a main event. An 82, though. But yeah, nothing above an 85. So yeah, the Premier League, even though there was more quality on this show as far as spread out wise, the Premier League had the better match. But, I mean, at least nobody has been seriously hurt. We've had two kind of tough injuries, but nothing too crazy. Obviously, we're going to have to put over the main event. I mean, that was insane. Masawa Kobashi. Yeah. Good shit. And then, God, I don't know who else to really put over. I mean, oh yeah, probably Terry Gordy, to be honest, because he saved that FBI match. Oh, well. Thanks Thanks, Bam Bam. Did us a real solid. Again, that will be healed up by the time we get to our next matchup. Yeah. Made about 30 million. Not bad. Not bad at all. Listen. Yeah, nope, I mean, I'll sort it out. It's a complete non-story. Oh yeah, I guess they're talking about from the tag is an issue. Yeah, they screwed up. Gotta apologize. There we go. Well, that worked out well, actually. Yeah. Sure was a one-time. Yeah, sure was a one-off. Oh yeah, I believe Ole got Paulie fired from WCW. Is why they don't like each other. Yeah, let's hash this out. Oh, that's not good. And I'm backfired. Yeah, fortunately it's only minor. I support Dean Malenko. Ole's an asshole, he knows it. Oh, well, a lot of people. That's weird, I didn't know that. Even people that, are not on your roster. You see the media scum reviews, and be like, wow, this guy's alright. And yeah, media scrum, they actually did a pretty good job with all that. Oh my. And then people that obviously are on Ole's side don't like that. Yeah, we're gonna set it. Try to fix that out. Oh, that also doesn't work out. Well, what do I? Tully and Bradshaw. That must be from the all-time tag league. Heat blowing over from that. But yeah, the first two shows in the books. I mean, both success, obviously, with making $30 million. But shout out to Premier League. Having the best match. Super Generation Army, though. What a fucking main event for them. And now we go on to the second week of matches for each brand. So I think this is how we're going to do it for each show. We're going to take a look at the locker room incidents because they seem to be pretty entertaining with how wild they can be. And then I'll add all the matches and then we'll run the show. So Tuco Scorpio does, he wants to show up and work again. Got nothing for him. Same thing for Moondog Spike and Nikita. Oh my god, everybody showing up. Ox Baker too. Oh wow, as Jeff Hardy wants to enhance his character. I don't think he really needs it, to be honest, but never a bad idea. Bobby Heenan gave the locker room a lift and provided a crate of free drinks for everyone. And Homicide had a small clash with him. Gotta love that. Nothing like being mad at the guy who brought everyone free drinks. Claudio passing on tips on selling to Fright Me. Oh yeah, I forgot he was like the pseudo-trainer, him and Hero for the Wrestle Factory there for a hot minute. Carl Gotch passing on microphone work to Joe Malenko. Again, Joe's not going to be using any of that. Naito passing on those tips to, as far as microphone work, to Hiromu. And then Osadarius and Tommy Young are travel buddies. And also was not on my bingo card. All 13 people for the pre-show drills for the basic and safety. There we go. Didn't name anybody because there's probably too many people to name. Alright, so we're going from the southwest to the southeast as we're at the Amway Center, which I don't think that's what they call the arena now that the Orlando Magic play. I know this used to be where the Orlando Magic play, but I believe they have switched arenas. But as far as for this opening contest, 3MB and Best Friends, which yeah, this is probably how I would have went with the finish, just based off of what happened previously with the Best Friends trio. And again, not enough popularity, which is pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious. Drew McIntyre, best guy in the matchup, followed by OC, and then Chucky T. Pretty accurate, to be honest. Again, Trent's ratings have been just dog shit. But Drew McIntyre getting the one with a submission, which is wild. Probably have to look at his moveset and make sure it's all set. So because the opening match sucked, this now sucks. So again, another technical masterclass matchup that's off to a rocky start. Kings of Wrestling beating Team DK, though. As, yeah, I mean, I figured with Zack Sabre Jr. in this matchup and Claudio and a Hero, Tactical Masterclass would be the best case scenario. Larry Sweeney getting the one with a bionic elbow as well as hilarious over Zack Sabre Jr. Hard to believe, out of all these people, only one guy had to be GP Heavyweight Champ. Right? It's kind of wild that out of all these guys, the only, like, world champs, you know, you'd have to go to, like, CZW for Chris Hero, and, you know, it's never Ring of Honor champ, or, you know, well, also Claudio was Ring of Honor champ, but that was obviously post, you know, as far as buyout with AEW, but, well, with Tony Khan, more specifically, but still, pretty wild to think, that Zach is the only of the six that to have won the world title. Obviously for Larry Sweeney, was not really, no more so as an active in-ring competitor, more so as a manager, but still he was a great in-ring talent, entertaining, to say the least, for Larry Sweeney, but, what a win for the Kings of Wrestling nonetheless. It's Eric Young and Juice were really off their games for this one. And yeah, Team Canada definitely the better team, getting the win. Eric Young was the showstopper for Austin Gunn. PD and Bobby Roode definitely carrying this one. Luckily, the announcer gave it a lift to try and save it a little bit. But yeah, the crowd again, just cold. Cold for this one. And this crowd is dying real fast. Not enough popularity here for everybody involved. That is unfortunate because this is a fun-ass match if they're over. But they're not, unfortunately. But Shingo, Hiromu, Tozawa, all off their games as well. Double moonsault, though. Fucking Ricochet busting that out. Poor LIJ. Should be potentially 2-0, because I probably would have had them win this match as well. They definitely should have beat the Spectral Envoy, but just a very, very tough start for Los Ingobernables de Japón. 60 here for Blood Generation and the Spectral Envoy. Speaking of it, Blood Generation getting the win. They were the better team, no surprise. As far as Yoshino and Naruki Doi getting the wins. As, well, I mean, obviously Yoshino, Naruki Doi, Shima. If, you know, King of Trios, if they would have brought in Blood Generation or any, you know, variation with Naruki Doi, Masato Yoshino, and Shima, they would have really had to have won the whole goddamn thing because they're so good. Good shit. Good shit there. Torn Rotator Cuff for Caristico, for Jaristico, and that will probably do it for El Sky Team. It was nice knowing you. A Torn Rotator Cuff will put a dent in that. And boy, oh boy, Hector Garza getting the win too with a Hurricane Rana. It was nice seeing the Sky Team for their first 2 weeks. Because, I mean, there's really no team you can bring in to replace them. And obviously, you know, as far as for Juristico, I guess we could bring in Caristico to bring the actual fucking real Mystico in. Guess that wouldn't be too crazy, I guess. I think we might have to bend the rules just a little bit to make that work. Because, man, a torn rotator cuff on the first 2 weeks, not great. Not great at all. 77, though, for Team Angle in the Judgment Day. Yeah, glad we switched this to intergender. Because now Rhea's not going to get bared or anything, or even for Lita. But Shelton Benjamin, though, with a money clip over Damian Priest. Again, 100 for Kurt Angle. Shelton with an 83. Great stuff from Team Angle. And so, yeah, the crowd's still dead. Hopefully we can get them on their side eventually. Now, this would be a fun-ass match. Los Gringos Locos and Jurassic Express. I feel like for this Rudo team to take on these fun baby faces like the Jurassic Express, and I just feel like it'd be a very, very fun match. As far as, especially like Jungle Boy, I feel like the girls in Arena Mexico, the young ladies, you know, as far as of age and of not of age, would definitely be pro Jungle Boy. And as far as Luchasaurus, definitely would be just, you know, the character itself, I think, is obviously primed for that. Crazy Marco Stunt's the best guy of the three, as because originally this was kind of put together the idea was to have Marco kind of be the fall guy for a lot of these matches, but Art Barr gets the win over Jungle Boy. Went to the Frog Splash in 15:36. Hell of a win. Hell of a win for Jungle Boy there. Or hell of a win for Los Gringos Locos, rather. That's probably how I would have went as well. The Second City Saints losing to the ECW Originals here. This is a tough one, because again, I think this is pretty similar. I probably would have went with Second City Saints because they lost their last outing as well, so I just felt like this would have been a perfect time for it. Probably would have had Punk beat probably Sabu, since Dreamer probably would have lost in the first match for the ECW Originals. Either way, though, good win for the Originals. Still the crowd dead as hell. The OG Bloodline and LAX. I thought this would be a lot better. Just a decent matchup. Spike pile drive, or Spike Brainbuster rather. Saw the Spike and immediately thought of a pile driver. But yeah, Spike Brainbuster for Sami Zayn. Close match. I mean, the LAX were the better team, but it was very, very close. Again, we got to get the crowd involved. Still a dead crowd. Thought maybe this would have changed things. Team Extreme Triple X here. I mean, a part of me would have loved to seen Lita beat Low-Key, but just for the lulz. But I'm also afraid Low-Key would have started to shoot on her. So that would have been tough. But yeah, if Team Extreme were going to get the win and Lita was going to pin somebody, just for the lulz, they would have been key taking the loss. Because I just feel like that would have hurt his little ego to lose. And especially to a woman, but fuck him. International Women's fucking Day of the month. Come on now. We got to give him a big win. Death Triangle beating the Dudley Boys. I like this. I like that finish. Pentagon Jr. pinning Spike Dudley. Poor Spike. Taking another L. His in-ring performance is not great for him, but it's fun matches, though, at least. Again, just the crowd dead as hell. A blown eardrum in this one, and I'm honestly surprised. I don't think this happened on WCW television, which is kind of crazy. The trios match with Filthy Animals and 3 Count. Ray getting with the springboard Hurricane Rana over Evan Courageous. Of course, Ray, best guy in the match. Good shit, though. I mean, obviously, like Ray and Billy against Shannon Moore and Shane Helms would have been pretty money for the time. Because WCW needed something, and that at least would have been a good match. It would have been good shit, and you could have had a ladder match out of the two teams, too. Would have been good. Would have been good, but alas, WCW for you. And Evan Courageous one who caused the blown eardrum. Really no surprise. Hell of a matchup here. CTU, Jin Next. Jin Next losing to CTU as Liger with the win over the Brainbuster over Jack Evans. Again, Jin Next has been great. A tough draw here. I mean, just Liger's incredible. Jado and Ghetto are doing pretty well. Tough break. Tough break. But again, the crowd dead as fuck. But here we go. I figured this would have turned things around. Was hoping for a little bit more. This would be a very, very fun match in Michinoku Pro in the late 90s if we, dropped the Elite off in the DeLorean and had them wrestle Taka, Dick Togo, and Mince because this would have been pretty fantastic at that type of pace. Omega and the Bucks beating Kai and Tai DX, though. Obviously, Taka, best guy in the match, but yeah, tough. Tough crowd. Got the crowd buzzing, though, at least, so I'm glad the crowd's finally into it. In time for our main event, we can't have a great main, though. Very unfortunate. Thought the Brood in the Undisputed Era matchup would have worked out well, especially with Edge's rating, but O'Reilly and Cole and Bobby Fish just did not answer the bell. Downward Spiral for Edge, though, getting the win. So a nice win for the Brood. Tough, though. Tough to see that. It's only a 76. CTU and Jin Next should have been the main. It should have been another main event for Jin Next. So shout out to those guys. So far, the National League has definitely been the better league. Now with Sky Team, with that injury to Juristico, this has just been a shit show and a half. But again, we got to put over Edge. He literally saved the main event. I feel like we probably... Yeah, we got to put over Ray. Give him a hug. A way to finish tonight. Hey, big win for Lita. Give her a hug. She did great. Trying to think, either Van Dam or maybe even, trying to think, just trying to spread the wealth a little bit. Trying to think of somebody. Oh yeah, Liger. Yeah, Liger is great. Definitely put him over. There we go. But yeah, torn rotator cuff. He's out for a year. Unreal. Just didn't need that. Did not need that. And yeah, making about 30 million. Yeah, well, as long as they remain professional. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Boy, yeah, the Bucks and Coronet and all that. Yeah, if he doesn't address his career will suffer. Oh, a lot of people annoyed due to their alliance with. Listen, it's funny. Obviously, Punk and Jungle Boy again. Maybe we're gonna have to sit them down and be like, "Listen, Jungle Boy, have to maybe slap him around a little bit. Maybe not, not literally for those two, but maybe just be like, hey man, just listen to the vet. You'll be okay. You'll be better off for it. Yeah, let's just be professional between those two. A lot of just people unhappy with each other on that Premier League brand. But yeah, as far as for that show, bit of a swing of the miss for the second week of shows for the Premier League. And man, I mean, it's just been brutal. Brutal to see Juristico out for a year. I'm assuming he's going to be under Mystico. Yeah. Bring him in. Change all that, because I feel like he's definitely taller than 5'8", but maybe he's not. I have to check his gauge match, double check that, but yeah, we'll just have that be handshake deal again. Alright. So I feel like that's fair. Even though they technically have never teamed, I feel like we can make an exception for this. But we'll see, though. We'll see how that plays out. But again, some of these injuries, we will have to let it be and just kind of understand that it's part of the game. It's part of it. It'd be like a regular season, injury for somebody. The injuries happen. But at least for now, because it's so early on in the tour, it's like we gotta at least get something out of that. Well, I guess we can look and see as far as maybe we can take a look. I know money-wise, we're actually going to lose money because of how much we've invested into the network, but actually we might turn a profit now. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we just looked. Yeah, we should be actually pretty good. But yeah, on to week 2 of the National League. We'll see if they can get another good show out of their brand. Alright, so first of all, Bob Armstrong, as far as Road Dogg wanted, as far as his dad to be here backstage, and that's totally fine. Sure. That's fine. Glenn Gilbert, fucking Glenn wants to be backstage. That's fine. The Filthy Animals aren't working tonight, so I'd be like, well, you can hang out with Conan, but I guess I'll find somebody. Axel Dieter Jr. barbecuing for everyone. It's wild. And then Vince Jr. Hey, that's us. Wait a minute, we had a fucking argument with Oli. That's pretty hilarious. And then Kinsuke and Randy Savage, which Kinsuke, I would imagine Kinsuke could probably beat the fuck out of him. But at the same time, though, I mean, Savage is insane. So that would have been a pretty awesome fight to make. I'm glad nothing happened. And Bam Bam wants to put over Malachi Black. Well, that's awesome. Thanks, Bam Bam. Yeah, Bobby Heenan again. Just annoying Axeman. Couple of people coming up before the show as far as Axel Dieter Jr., Tama Tonga, Buddy Matthews, Eric Rowan, and Big Sally Graciano. And there we go. Alright, so now we'll book the show and we'll run it. Alrighty, so we start off with the Technical Masterclass matchup. It's the Dangerous Alliance and DX. Yeah, again, I feel like this would have been a good way to kick off the show, and it did. It was exactly what we needed. Stunning Steve with Rick Rude and Bobby Eaton getting the win, and they're a really good technical masterclass team as well. I fucking love the Dangerous Alliance, though. I mean, especially them working with Pac and Billy too. Billy's a great athlete. Road Dogg, he's a good talker. He talked the people into the building for the match. But the Dangerous Alliance get the win, and Rick Rude gets to win the full Nelson too. How about that? But 79 actually did pretty well there. 70. For the next matchup, it's the NWO beat Los Falanos. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to get beat down pretty bad in this one. We had this be the Steelers Show match, which even then, I figured it wasn't going to go over well. Unfortunately, Scott got hurt during a house show, which I did not know that house shows were enabled on this. So quickly turned that off. I should have known, though. I think I even talked about the house shows, but I didn't know you can get injured on those shows, which makes sense. That is quite realistic, but quickly turn those off because I feel like we're going to make money without those house shows, but we'll see. We might have to turn them back on at least for maybe like one show or two during the time period, as Kensuke Office in the New Day as Big E and Kofi and Xavier Woods taking on Kensuke Sasaki, Kendo Miyahara, and Katsuki Nakajima. As, again, road agent. Shouldn't have been Michael Hayes. We gotta make sure Michael's not the agent anymore. Big E did pretty well. As far as, gets the win, too. With the old, midnight hour. Beats Kensuke, which, again, Big E and Kensuke Sasaki sign me up. Two beefy boys slapping meat there. As our next matchup, the Hart Foundation and the FBI, which, oh my god, Big Sal, again, losing. This time he's losing to Owen, as he loses to the Rocket. As, obviously the Hart Foundation, we're going to have to carry them here. But, listen, Owen and, Little Guido, that's a hell of a match. I would have loved to have seen that. Just as far as Owen and Little Guido in, a Best Super Juniors matchup. Around the time when Guido was in UWFI. That would have been, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And 80 though, still did well. Man, the poor Psycho Clowns. Just brutal performance there. But they lose here to Ring Conf, and we had this be a wild brawl, which that actually, again, Volter and Timothy Thatcher, they will beat the fuck out of anybody. Very, very fun match. Just extremely tough. The Psycho Clown and Zombie Clown are just in no ways any type of positives from them, but Zombie Clown and Psycho Clown probably should have took the fall here, because Murder Clown keeps on being the best one, but he keeps on taking the fall as he takes the power bomb. That one I would have definitely gave to the Ring Conf, especially with how the unfortunately how the Psycho Clown team has been performing. The Bloodline and Chaos here as the Bloodline get the fucking upset win. Definitely would not have had them win this match. As far as definitely Goto, Ishii, and Okada outperformed them too. Well, I guess Tama Tonga outperformed Goto and Ishii. But again, Jacob Fatu in there with Goto and Ishii and Okada. That would have been fucking awesome. Double underhook DDT too for Tama Tonga over Goto. Crazy win. Hell of an upset. As the Ministry of Darkness beat Los Brazos, honestly, I've already given it to Los Brazos here. I probably would have had El Barazo beat either Ron Simmons or Taker to really establish them. And we gave them not a lot of time. I figured keep it short for them. There's a lot of meat involved in this match. Would have probably been for the best here. Get them in, get them out. It did alright. 67 for an 8-minute match. That's actually not too bad. 82 for Planet Jarrett and the Radicals. Radicals getting the win. That's probably how I would have done it. Chris and Dean, obviously best guys in the match, but at least Chris Harris, wildly enough, is the best of the three. Did not expect that. Definitely thought it'd be Jarrett or James Storm. A good match, though. Benoit went with Crossface. As House of Black in the New Age Three Musketeers. Again, this would have been the New Age Three Musketeers getting the win. With Nakamura, Tanahashi, and Shibata. But Malachi Black gets to win the Saito suplex over Shibata. Crazy. I just can't believe they lost. Very hot, though, for the crowd at the end. And so I'm glad the crowd's hot, because I felt like they were going to be lost there a little bit. It was a good match, though. It's a good match. 82 for Triple Threat in the Von Erichs, which, again, we would have had the Triple Threat lose in their last matchup, which they end up winning. And they win again here as another greetings from Asbury Park. Kevin Von Erich takes the greetings from Master Bay Park, which at least the right guy takes the move there. But obviously, Bam Bam working with guys like David Von Erich and Kerry fit so, and Chris Candido could sell. And I could only imagine how he would have sold and acted like he was literally getting squeezed to death from the Iron Claw. It was a fun little match. I mean, this is basically a different variation of the Freebirds, obviously, with the triple threat. Shane the Talker in the role of Michael PSA's, obviously Bam Bam Bigelow in the role of Bam Bam Terry Gordy, and obviously Candido, much better than Buddy Roberts and Chris Candido, incredible. But that's a fun match, though. That's exactly the type of template that you can use against the Von Erichs, and would have been a good match. Sarudagoon in the Y family, kind of crazy. As I didn't expect this match to go over as well as it did. Funny enough, I actually would have had Sarudagoon lose, because I would have had them win in their previous outing on the first night, then lose here. I would have had Bray beat Fuchi, but yeah, Taue and Jumbo though, and there are guys like Bray and Luke Harper. I've been awesome, and Brody and Taue. That match would fucking rule. Brody and Jumbo, yeah, sign me up. That would have been awesome. The Shield and Suzuki-gun, though, that's a hell of a matchup too. Again, this was a tough one to decide. Probably would have gave it to the Shield, though, since, as far as I was torn between, had given that the Shield Super Junior National Army match a draw, give them a win here, and hell of a matchup, though. Seth Rollins getting with a curb stomp over Lance Archer. Again, Lance is just awful, which is so weird to see, but yeah, 88 for the segment, and that's not even our main event. As our Steal the Show matchup, which actually still got the crowd buzzing, but kind of took a dip, obviously, in quality for the show. Demolition losing to Evolution. Orton with the RKO. The Legend Killer taking out a legend there. And the old mass superstar in Demolition Axe. At least Axe and Smash actually did pretty well for themselves. Because, boy, that tag league did not go their way. Oof. Again, Michael Hayes was the agent. Brutal. Because this should have been great. Kaiji Muto and AJ Styles involved. With Hashimoto too, and Chono. All the right team wins at least 3 Musketeers getting the win. Kaiji Muto with the shining impact over Carl Anderson. 1948 there. I'm surprised the crowd wasn't really into it, but it is what it is. But yeah, hell of a co-main. Again, we knew Super Generation Army was going to be fantastic, and they absolutely were. 2 100s on 96. They beat Too Cool. Masao with the Tiger Driver over Kishi is fucking crazy. No way he could have got that big son of a bitch up for that. Incredible stuff there. And then the 4 Horsemen of the Freebirds. That had to be the main event, right? I mean, that's a hell of a match. Especially in the Southeast. Have it be in Georgia. Or, at least in this case, we went with Florida. So, probably should have it be in Atlanta or something for the Freebirds. Because that would have been an awesome venue to run. But Ole gets the win. The Spinebuster over Buddy Roberts, which I do love that. At least Ole gets the win. Rick and Arn were great. Hell of a main event. Hell of a show. Obviously, the National League is just cooking the Premier League. But man, the Horsemen, just love it. Love that main. Again, the Super Generation Army was incredible. We got to put over Flair and Arn for sure. They were great. We should probably put over Taue. So that's all I'm as far as, the 4 pillars. Just lighting it up. And trying to think who else. Murder Clown for carrying the fucking Psycho Clown team. Which I did not expect at all. Another profit boosting show. And another media scrum, why not? Yeah. My mistake there. Oh, weakened decisive response. Yeah, so, little behind the curtain here. I had to bring in a clone Big E because I accidentally sent the other Big E on vacation for a month. It was supposed to be for a week, ended up being a month. Big tough. And just a complete accident. So, kind of funny how they brought that up. because I wasn't going to bring it up. I was just going to let it slide on the radar. But you probably could have saw it because I forgot to change it to just Big E. But, yeah, we're just going to say we're going to play it by ear. Yeah, Solo. I forgot he was off. I mean, I support Xavier Woods in this. Fuck Hulk Hogan, in the words of the great Nick Gage. Yeah, AJ Styles was happy. So was Elijah Burke. Wow, not even on the kid. Makaze. I forgot Makaze was a worker. I always think that he was just a guy that did gear. A couple of people upset, mainly pieces of shit. So that's all right. Which is weird because Hogan and Show. I think Show's just kind of grateful that Hogan, gave him a big opportunity at the beginning of his career. But I would say they're not really close. But fuck Hulk Hogan. Yeah, let's have the Mega Powers work it out. I'm sure that'll go over well. Yeah, that actually got worse. We need to stop doing that. Yeah, as long as they remain professional, which they will not. I cannot wait for that match. Triple Threat and the Four Horsemen. I'm sure that's going to go over well. There's a lot of turmoil in the National League of the Premier League with some of these guys. But man, the amount of business they're making, though, you figure like it would be worth it but for those guys to work well together. But we'll see. And so, yeah, first 2 weeks in the books. And, yeah, I mean, we're bringing in Mystico to replace Juristico. I think we might even have him just... yeah, we'll probably just have him still be Mystico, but, yeah, just be a replacement. And, yeah, as far as, we're at the first half of this second episode. I think it's safe to say the National League, the Premier League had the better show the first week, but it wasn't even close the second week. So right now, I mean, it's 1-1 as far as who's had the better show. We'll see what happens for week 3. Alrighty, so the third week of shows, we're going to be at as far as the Greensboro Coliseum. Very, very iconic, and man, I cannot wait to see how these shows run in the Greensboro Coliseum. As for our locker room incidences, alright, yeah, sure, Molly. You can hang out. I'm fucking Kurt Hennig. I might as well show up. Carl Gott's training some of the boys. Volador Jr. showing up's kind of crazy, but is what it is. Claudio Castagnoli passing on slang tips to Frightmare. And Kyle really has a gimmick idea. We don't really use gimmicks, so not really a thing that's needed. Tommy Dreamer, though, sharing some road stories from the ECW days. Yeah, and Rob Van Dam gave Locker Room a lift with a crate of free drinks. My God, look at the ECW guys go. Then Boris Malenko almost fought Hector Garza. Well, I mean, that one at least I could see Boris being a little upset with. Causing some damage to the rental car, not paying for it. Yeah, bad idea. Well, there we go. Well, at least that went over pretty well. Nobody, one fight, but it was pretty much needed as far as from that perspective. So yeah, as far as now we could book the show. Alrighty, so we kick off the show. Tactical Masterclass matchup. El Sky team with Caristico as far as as far as OG Mystico, who fills right in quite nicely. Much better than Caristico, who would have thought. But yeah, obviously this helps out the Sky team. They actually get the win here because they outperform Team DK. Well, actually, now they don't fully outperform, at least Mystico outperforms Zack Sabre Jr., but kind of crazy that as far as this did as well as it did, to be honest, with a 69, and really the only person above a 69 was Mystico, and obviously Zack with a 68, but still, like, this could have been a lot worse. But he gets the win too. Valiente with the Valiente driver over Shane Hayes. As far as how I would have done this, obviously I had no idea how Mystico was going to do. This being a Tactical Masterclass matchup as well. Really, it's kind of catered towards Team DK being the better team, but at the same time, both teams really could have used a win. That was a toss-up, for sure, as far as who I would have picked at that time. Really, I probably would have went with Zack Sabre Jr. and Shane Hayes and Mikey Nichols of Team DK, but I'm glad, though, the game went with the other way, though, as Triple X and Best Friends. Actually, a really good performance there from Triple X, as Daniels and Elix Skipper in the 70s, Chuck and Orange Cassidy in the 60s now, just Trent being a real sack of shit. Great win, though, for Triple X, and they get the win. 21-26. Just, as far as how I would have probably had this, as far as picking wise, I probably would have went with Triple X, to be honest. I feel like they could have used a big win here, and to beat Best Friends, they're outperforming them. It's a good call. Good call there. 69 here. As Naito's popularity was a little too low, in my opinion, looking at his kind of stats, and changed that a little bit, upped it. Basically, in Japan, it was like a 51, which I get. I think at the time, that's probably reasonable for where he kind of was when they made, as far as the War of the Immortal 6. But now I think it's safe to say he's easily one of the top stars in Japan, as far as in the history of Japan. He's easily in the top 20s for sure. And to think of it like that, it's like, well, let's add 20 more points to that, give that to about a 70. We upped his America and kind of rest of the world popularity as well to kind of balance that, because it was like 13 all over the world, and then like 5 or 8 in India. And I was like, it's a little too low. Put that about 25, and I think that helped him out a lot. Jumped him up to a 57. Hiromu and Shingo's popularity is still probably a little too low, but at the same time, though, I mean, that's a great one for the Second City Saints. Punk does well here, as far as Colt and Ace in the 50s as well. And as far as the Twist of Kane for ATTL, ATTL getting the win. How about that? As he beat Shingo. I don't think LIJ have won a match. Yeah, which is crazy. Because obviously I would have had them beat the Spectral Envoy. And I actually don't think I would have had them win here, just based off of how their ratings are. I was probably thinking, Punk's probably going to be the best guy in the match. Might as well give him a win. But an 80 here for Team Angle and LAX. Hell of a matchup here, actually, for Team Angle again. Kurt Angle with 100, which I don't think he's never not had 100. Shelton Benjamin with 84. Charlie with a 73. Just ran right through him. Great matchup there. Kurt Angle gets in with Angle Slam again. He keeps on getting wins for Team Angle. That's probably what I would have chose as well, especially that being a tactical masterclass matchup. As the OG Bloodline beat the Bang Bang Gang. Yeah, Austin and Colt, they got a ways to go. Obviously, the Usos and Sammy, they've been a top act now for well over a decade, and it makes sense. Makes sense for them to get the win there. At least Juice did alright for himself with a 50. Did average. 78 for 3MB and the Kings of Wrestling. This will be a fun match, for sure. Especially, you got Drew in there with Claudio and Hero, and Larry Sweeney and Slater could do some fun stuff. As far as Claudio with the neutralizer on Drew McIntyre. Again, Drew keeps on losing. Probably should have been Jinder or Heath, but big win, though, for the Kings of Wrestling nonetheless. And yeah, probably would have went that same way. As the ECW Originals taking on the Judgment Day. Sabu with the Arabian Facebuster over Damian Priest. Yeah, for this one, I probably would have went with the ECW Originals. Rhea, best woman she is the best woman for sure, but she actually tied for Sabu as far as she was the best on her team, but she at least tied the worst person on the ECW Original side. Van Dam and Dreamer, as far as 67 and 82. We might give Damian Priest a boost for sure as far as his popularity. I'm sure it's still based on like Punishment Martinez, and now obviously I would say he's quite popular. He was fucking champ, and as far as main event pay-per-views and whatnot. But yeah, as far as that's about how I could see it. As far as 76, 77 for the Dudley Boys. Los Perros de Mal. Dudley Boys getting the win. I probably would have went with that, to be honest. Perro Aguayo Jr. crazy with a 54. Just awful performance from him, honestly, considering how great he is. But Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilar, as far as at least performing at least better or as the same as Devon. But yeah, Bubba, obviously the driving force there, but the 3D from Bubba and Devon onto Perro Aguayo Jr. And a big win for the Dudley Boys nonetheless. And then Blood Generation beating Monsters Express. Tozawa, Uha Nation, and Ricochet losing here. Yeah, I mean, we could maybe look at Tozawa and Uha's popularity, maybe up that. Shima's, again, Shima, I mean, he's worked in America a couple of times. Obviously, he was in AEW and, as far as worked Ring of Honor a little bit, but I wouldn't say he's, like, crazy popular in America or anything. He's probably fine where he's at now, but obviously from, Yoshino and Nurkidoi, because they work the all-time tag league, their popularity is crazy high from that. So that's why they're doing so well. Nurkidoi, though, with the muscular bomb onto Tozawa in 26 minutes. I probably would have won with the same way, having Blood Generation win. Especially with giving Monster Express, I would have gave them that first day win. And yeah, I mean, they've been kind of snake bitten by their performances, but I think overall they're going to do just fine once they get a hold of it. Team Extreme, United, and about the United Empire again, Undisputed Era, as we see Team Extreme getting the win. Matt and Jeff beating Undisputed Era. Honestly, I probably would have had Undisputed Era win here. I feel like Team Extreme has been winning a good bit. This has been a great win for Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Probably had Adam beat Lita, to be honest. I think that would have been as far, especially Lita taking the fucking, as far as taking the finish too. That would have been a pretty wild ass, especially with her neck issues. Maybe we wouldn't have had her take that. But boy, that Adam Cole though and Kyle O'Reilly doing pretty well for themselves. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff though. Again, I wish it was better. It's just the Premier League just can't get anything above 80. It seems like Filthy Animals and the Spectral Envoy. Crazy. I figured this would do really well with Ray helping steer the ship here, but not it at all. Spectral Envoy stunk it up in there. Yeah, clear win for the Filthy Animals there. 2 points for them. It's 80 for the Elite and the Jurassic Express. 2 AEW trios here battling it out. Again, Crazy Marco Stunt's the better guy. Maybe we'll give Jungle Boy a bit of a boost as far as with his pop. I'm sure that's what it is, but yeah, Omega and the Bucks, obviously. Great stuff there. As the one Winged Angel for Omega over Luchasaurus. That's a hell of a finish. To hit the big dinosaur with it. The Brood and Team Canada. Again, a lot of Canadians here. I got 5 out of 6 guys from Canada, so this is some of Canada's finest battling it out. The right team wins, obviously. Gangrel, worst guy in the match again, really no surprise. Bobby Roode having a bit of off his game performance, but he still did the best out of anybody. So good stuff there in 82. And CTU and Kaientai DX, obviously, this is kind of perfect for that Michinoku Pro trios matchups here, as far as Jado and Geto with Liger against Te'o, and as far as Dick Togo and Taka Michinoku. Obviously, the better team wins. It is tough that Dick Togo and Te'o haven't really been doing all that well, but Brainbuster, though, for Liger over Dick Togo. Fun match. I kind of wish I would have ran this show in Japan, obviously, for this match. This would have been even better. But a good match, though, nonetheless. 80 for our main event. Definitely thought we would have a much, much better performance, especially from Pac. Again, Pac doing as bad as he is quite weird. We might, again, have to look at his pop and change some of that around. But yeah, Pentagon Jr. getting the win with the package pile driver over Austin Aries. Again, Austin Aries keeps on taking finishes, but he is the worst guy of the 3. So, not too upset with that. As far as who I would have picked to win this one, honestly, Generation X has been performing, and the battles they've went through, probably would have gave it to them. They've been tremendous throughout the tournament, and they've been having some great matches. Been on the losing end. Of course, them and the Elite had that great match, and they probably would have lost that, so it probably would have went their way here, if I had to guess. But yeah, 79, again, just, at least we're getting more 80s this time around, but it's still just not enough, unfortunately. And again, Edge, tremendous, just saving the Brood matches any chance he can. As far as trying to think if we should go with someone from Los Perros de Mal or to go with Bubba, because I mean, really, I guess Bubba was the best guy in their match, so yeah, I guess we'll give them praise. Yeah, Van Dam for his performance. Yeah, trying to think who else. Yeah, I mean, Naito did well. Actually, Mystico. Hey, welcome aboard. Get a hug, you son of a bitch. There we go. Cool. So we're not going to do a media scrum. Well, I feel like we shouldn't, but it is very sports-like to do a media scrum, so yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I hope for him. Oh my god, just flat out saying, yeah, we're gonna give him a push is crazy. Uh, this is very much fucking football manager here. Yeah, I have to work his way up the ladder. There we go. Eh. That didn't go well with Colton again. Yeah, again, Baba and Inoki. Yeah, we're not gonna sit him down because that never goes well. Yeah, we got a pretty competitive roster. To be honest, I support Matt Hardy in that in that exchange. Yeah, a lot of people, are on obviously Matt's side. Unfortunately, not a whole lot on Lita's side. Fucking Velveteen Dream. I really don't care if you're not happy with this. Oh yeah, I forgot she trained with at the Funkin' Dojo. That's probably why her and Dory Funk Jr. have history again. As far as I support Boris. I mean, Hector Garza, you fucking pay for the damage of the rental car, buddy. Well, at least more people are on Boris's side than Hector's side. There we go. Alrighty. So now we'll see how the National League does. Obviously, we hope that the Horsemen have a big time matchup so we can put them in the main. Because obviously, yeah, I mean, we're in Flair country. Makes sense to have those guys going last. But again, it all comes down to the matches too. So if it works out, great. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, on to the National League's Week 3 show. Alrighty, so as far as Joey Mercury showing up, yeah, don't have no use for him. Mike Shaw, you wish. Yeah, Bobby Heenan and Villano 3 are travel buddies. That's hilarious. Fucking Villano 6 here with Bobby Heenan. Oh wow, Randy and Roman about to get into a fight. Yeah, Randy's quite wild. Honestly, right now we're gonna have Randy be a commentator, but then it was like, well, we have better commentators, so he's just kind of hanging out. We might have to just get rid of him. He's kind of being a bit of a nuisance. A couple of people showing up for the pre-show training drills, as far as Axel Dieter Jr., Tama and Buddy Matthews. Bradshaw about to fight Bobby Heenan. At least had a small backstage clash with him. Same thing for Axeman. Oh yeah, Brazo. Deor obviously passing that on to his younger sibling, Psycho Clown. Which, about to say, yeah, I mean, I think that's wild. As far as, because, yeah, that's, because younger, yeah, and then, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Brazo, obviously, passing on to Psycho Clown. Solo Sikoa. So it's right in the backstage area. Just being so cheerful and fun to be around. Fuck yeah. And then Tyway busted out some fucking karaoke jams for the show. Gotta love that. And AJ wants to use a finish. Again, unfortunately we can't use those. I kind of want to meddle out a relationship if we can. Let's see. Which one that would make sense? Like, be one that, like, let's say somebody got hurt. You know, as far as, like, yeah, like Dean Malenko and, yeah, like, he's got some hostility towards, let's, Dean Malenko and Kawada. Not gonna do much. How about Benoit and Kawada? I'm assuming not. Oh, we got a very high chance of yeah, very high chance of happening. Yeah. I don't really give a shit about Hogan, the Cornettes. They pretty much all make sense. It's weird again. Kento Miyahara and Nakajima don't like each other. Hopefully we can fix that. Yeah, again, unlikely. Both unlikely. It is tough. It is tough. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Let's try Perry Saturn or Matt Hardy. Maybe that'll work. Oh, I don't see Perry. Alright, must just be obviously for the people that are on the show. Which is weird, because Perry should be here. Huh. Wonder why I can't pick him. Hi. Shane Douglas's all makes sense. Yeah, Sean's makes sense. Sean probably shouldn't have a strong dislike for Randy Orton. I don't know the history there. I'm assuming that happened during the All-Time Tag League or something. Yeah, Randy, scumbag. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, Tully and Bradshaw. Again, I don't think Bradshaw's going to be wanting anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's happening. Maybe with us, I don't know, we can't use each other, or us. Alright, well, let's pull a rib. Fuck it. Oh, and let's see, it would be honestly, just for the sake of, he's absolutely out of his mind, I want to pull a elaborate one on Randy. Hell yeah. Aw. Oh, come on, Crush. Damn. Can't have any fun. Alright. So, yeah, now we'll add all this, and we'll get ready to run the show. Alrighty, so we start off with House of Black and the FBI, which actually was a pretty decent little match, for all things considered, but with having a 36 and 29 involved, as Malachi Black and Brody King and Buddy Matthews of the House of Black beat the FBI. Yeah, well, Buddy Matthews, we probably have to change his stats and whatnot, because right now I think his stats are probably more representative of, like, fresh out of, like, training. Buddy Matthews are not, like, you know, a 15, 20-year pro at this point. Buddy Matthews, and, yeah, just wild. Just wild to think. Again, Malachi Black winning with Aido suplexes is pretty rad, but at the same time, I kind of wish he was, especially hitting it on Big Sally Graziano. There's no way he's hitting him with that. It's a big motherfucker. Probably have to look at the movesets and change those around, but 62 is actually not too bad to open up the show. And then Los Viranos and Planet Jared. Oh, also, the previous match probably would have went with House of Black, because I just feel like they could have used a win. Both teams really could have used a win, though, at the same time. And then for Planet Jarrett and Los Villanos, this was a tough one, because I probably would have went with Los Villanos here, but Planet Jarrett, they were the better team, so the game definitely got it right there. Figure 4 onto Villano 3. And, yeah, good win for Planet Jarrett, who they actually are coming along pretty well, actually. All around the mid-60s. If they can get up to the 70s and 80s by the time we're about the halfway point, watch out for them. That's all I'm saying. As a Hard Foundation, the new Three Musketeers, obviously, seeing Bret Hart in the same ring with like Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura and Katsuyori Shibata absolutely rules. They completely killed them, though, as far as technical masterclass-wise. Owen and Bret completely outperformed them. Davey Boy even outperformed them, which Davey was a great technical wrestler in his day. At this time, like in 97, not really, but still, he had some talent for sure. Davey Boy gets the win, too, with a power slam over Shinsuke. Getting wild. Wild to see that. 67 for the New Day versus Los Brazos. Again, this was a tough one, because I probably would have given it to Los Brazos, even though they have been absolutely not great. Obviously, they are more a team from Mexico, but Xavier Woods gets the win with the Creed ET. Woods and Big E, best guys in the match, followed by Kofi. And it was a good match. All things considered for the New Day side, not so much for the Brazos side. 65 for Demolition and the Bloodline. Demolition get the win. I probably would have won with that, to be honest. Axe and Smash, as far as Demolition Axe at least was the best guy in the match. Then Tama. Then Solo and Smash did the same. It really came down to just like a point. Actually, they were identical. Yeah. They were not identical. It was 1 point difference for the Bloodline. Wild. It was very, very close, though. Crush and Tama were off their game, especially Crush was really off his game, so if he might have been on his game, they would have been much better. But, yeah, still, the crowd's not completely into it, unfortunately. It's still kind of simmering. But still simmering here. I figured this would do a little bit better. There we go. But yeah, Psycho Clown skills needed updating for sure. I looked at his stats and it was like, oh my god, his hardcore is like in the 20s and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god, we gotta change that. So, really change that, and now it's more of what Psycho Clown does, and obviously he's gonna do a lot better now. So they're still gonna be a ways away in the States compared to somebody like, obviously the Shield, but they did pretty well for themselves, so they've done better than what they usually do. So they're getting better at least. Rollins gets a win. Again, Murder Clown. Poor guy. Keeps on losing. This time at least he's not the best guy on his team. Now at least it's Psycho Clown, so fix that. Again, Rollins winning with the pedigree is crazy as well. He definitely wasn't using the pedigree at this time. So another moveset that's got to get changed. Kensuke Office in the New World Order. I probably would have won with the NWO here. That's pretty fair. Nakajima, best guy in the match for his side. For NWO side, it is Hogan. Slightly, though. Scott was right behind him. Get the Mirror with a 54. Yeah, I mean, tough, but fair. Because I would say it's pretty accurate for that time period of Kensuke Office. Around that time, as far as in-ring performance-wise, compared to some of these other talents. But yeah, Hogan gets to win the big boot and the leg drop. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Kento Miro's not kicking out of that. Suzuki-gun in the triple threat. Yeah, I would have went with the triple threat here. Just the way Lance Archer, again, another guy that we have to look at his shit and change it around because his stats are way too bad for somebody that of his talent and caliber. The greetings from Asbury Park. Again, Bam Bam has gotten some big wins for the triple threat. He's really been carrying Shane and Candido. Obviously, Bam Bam teaming up with Vader really helped him out during the all-time tag league to really help out his shit. Suzuki, though, with a 75, though, I mean, that's actually pretty solid for a guy that wasn't a part of the tag league or anything. Doing pretty well for himself. 77 for the Von Erichs and the Sarutogun team, as Kerry getting the win with the Iron Claw over Fuchi. That's probably what I would have done as well. Even though Sarutogun was better, Taue and Jumbo specifically, but Fuchi, 46, not great. Taue looking good, though, again, as far as 1/4 of the pillars. Just laying it on. And, yeah, Jumbo almost got upset. Oh, was visibly angry. He was upset. He almost got injured by Kevin Von Erich. That would have been tough. Too Cool and the Wyatt family. Shockingly, Too Cool gets the win. Yeah, I mean, I guess they were the better team. Didn't feel like it, though. As far as Scotty, though, best guy in the match. Shout out Scotty Duarte. Is Rikishi getting the win again? I definitely got to give him the Kishi driver. Poor Luke Harper taking that fall. Definitely should have been Rowan. That's alright. That's a decent little matchup, though, nonetheless. For Too Cool in the Wyatt family. Ministry of Darkness, the Radicals. Yeah, probably went with this as well. As far as the Ministry of Darkness, Bradshaw and Taker, they get outperformed. And, Ron Simmons outperforms Perry Saturn. So the wrong team wins as far as ratings-wise, but I feel like, again, the Ministry of Darkness, there's such just an absolute unit in there. It's hard not to give them wins over kind of smaller guys, and especially Bradshaw's clothesline from hell. It's a hell of a finish. Yeah, they get the win. 2 points for them. 3 Musketeers in Chaos. This would have been great over in Japan, but unfortunately, ran it here in the States, and it was a good match still. 86, we'll gladly take that. Kaishimoto getting the win with the moonsault. 28 minutes. We gave him a lot of time. Man, let them boys work. Definitely deserved it. DX and the Freebirds. DX beats them. As Road Dogg gets the win over Michael Hayes. Boy, the two guys that really can't work. Again, very similar template between the two teams. Body worst guy in the match, no surprise. X-Pac, second best guy in the matchup. That's also no surprise. I definitely say he is. With Terry obviously being the best. Terry Gordy, Bam Bam. Again, he's really benefited from being a part of the Miracle Violence Connection and part of the All-Time Tag League. It's an 82 for Bullet Club and the Dangerous Alliance. Stunning Steve Austin, Bobby Eaton, Rick Rude, Alabama Jam on the Luke Gallows. Gallows would definitely, he loves Bobby Eaton, so that would have been a fun finish for him. Getting to work with Bobby Eaton and whatnot, getting to work with Rick Rude, and obviously AJ Styles stunning Steve Austin match would actually be incredible. I would have loved to see that. Obviously, AJ and Bobby Eaton would have been great. And Rick Rude and AJ too. Obviously, Rick Rude's phenomenal, especially like that WCW period with like him and Steamboat. Some great shit. Some great shit there. Co-main event though. Super Generation Army beating Ring Conf again. Volter and Kobashi, yeah, sign me up. Volter, Misawa, sign me up. Volter and Kawada, yeah. All three of those would be awesome. Same thing for Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher and Kawada would beat the fuck out of each other. Yeah, obviously Axel Dietrich Jr. is going to take that loss to the Super Generation Army. And our main event, of course, has got to be the Horsemen. And, they beat Evolution. Again, Ric Flair, as far as an Evolution, obviously they're being a part of Evolution. To get the win there with the Andersons, pretty great. Pretty great. Fun finish as well. I would have kind of liked Rick to get the win with the figure 4 that time, but that's alright. A schoolboy roll-up is always, again, just the skin of his teeth. Beating the young whippersnapper. It all work. Well, I guess at this time, this is kind of prime Flair, so he's not an old man or anything. Fun match, though, obviously. Very, very, very fun. Have that main event at the Greensboro Coliseum. Yeah. Sold out crowd, I believe. 21,730 on hand for it. Great main, great co-main, obviously. As far as, again, the National League took the lead there, and I just don't think the Premier League's just got enough firepower to take them down. Obviously, put over Rick. We'll put over Volter, man. Volter's been doing really good. Ring Conf, obviously him and Thatcher were great in the tag league. Shout out Bam Bam for his performance as well. And, shout out Malenko. He got like a 92. Yeah, he's great. Great in their match. Good. Good shit there. And another 30-some million. Just light work. Again. Maybe try to send him down. Oh, it has improved. There we go. Yeah, try to send him down. Oh, there we go. Yeah, improved on morale, too. Good shit. Good shit. Oh, boy. Well, I'm the booker. So fuck him. Oh, yeah, Sean and Bam Bam, obviously they have their history with the Click, and hey, maybe we'll sit down. A little powwow. Nope, that did not go well. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the Vanilla Midgets comment. It's hard to say I support Chris Benoit. That is not a statement you need to be making. How about as long as they're professionals here? It doesn't address it. Fuck off, Amber O'Neil. Punk was annoyed by that. That's interesting. There we go. It actually was pretty successful for the most part. So yeah, now on to the final shows for this episode. We'll see how week 4 shows play out. And yeah, I mean, as far as obviously so early on in the tournament, it's hard to really tell as far as who's got a really big edge over anybody. Obviously, Super Generation Army, just performance-wise, has been the best team. They've been phenomenal. So we'll see if they can keep that up. And yeah, it really just comes down to injuries, too. Injuries have been a big part of it. And we'll see if they get another one here to end out this episode. Alrighty, so we're at the Joe Louis Arena for these set of shows as, Booker T. Oh, yeah. I mean, you technically should, obviously, yeah, he's worked here before, as part of the All-Time Tag League, so yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Scotty Steiner. Fuck yeah. Even though he would definitely cause some ruckus. Oh, and the backstage gossip is that Tommy Dreamer and Shawn Michaels got into an argument. Yeah, Shawn Michaels being a piece of shit. What else is new? Booker T passing on microphone work to Jay. Hey, way to go. I forgot he helped with the Usos, training-wise. So that's cool, yeah. Helped them out a lot. And basic and safety training, rather, for the following. Yeah, again, Trent. That's another one we need to edit as far as stats-wise. Chad Patton, brought for Russ's Court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up. Yeah, can't be doing that. So yeah, as far as Carl Gotch laid the smack down on him. Maybe a little spot on and pressured some of his colleagues. Yeah, that's Bobby Heenan for you. Incredible. Incredible. We did help edit some of the talent. Damian Priest is now kind of more aligned to where he's at. His stats are a little wonky. The biggest one was actually on the other side of this is Shingo. Shingo's stats were fucked up. I can see why he was doing so bad. I feel really bad. I should have done that a lot sooner. I figured it was just because his popularity wasn't enough, which it wasn't. But in the same breath, his stats were awful. Absolutely awful. Breaks my goddamn heart. But luckily we got that fixed. So now we'll add these matches and we'll see how the show plays out. Alrighty, so we open up the first matchup with Best Friends in Undisputed Era. And yeah, Undisputed Era, we would have had them win. So the game, thinking on the same wavelength as us. Again, Trent's ratings, we probably should take a look at that. Because, I mean, he shouldn't be as bad as he is. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Obviously, the stronger people in this matchup. Bobby Fish even outperforming Orange Cassidy's kind of crazy, and Chuck. But 74, not a bad start, actually. I didn't think it'd be this good of a matchup. As the Technical Masterclass matchup, though, Kings of Wrestling and Triple X. Hell of a matchup. Daniel's in there with Claudio and Hero. Very, very fun stuff. Crazy that low-key wasn't really that great as a Technical Masterclass matchup. And there we go, a little payback for Claudio. You don't want to lose to me, motherfucker. I'll beat you here at the Old Time Trios League as, glad Kings of Wrestling get the win. Good shit. Dudley's beating Team DK. Zack Sabre Jr., best guy in the match. Or no, best guy for his team. Bubba, still the best guy. Overall, again, just Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols kind of bringing the team down overall. But at least Zach's doing pretty well for himself. Bubba with the Bubba Bomb onto Shane Haste. 18 minutes. That was 73-75. For Los Gringos Locos and Spectral Envoy. Again, crazy. Art Bar won with the super kick and not the tombstone or something. But yeah, obviously Los Gringos Locos were going to be the better team. Obviously with Eddie leading the charge. Not a bad matchup though. Obviously with Eddie, it is hard to have a bad match. But yeah, I mean Spectral Envoy, it's still crazy they beat LIJ. So at least they're not going to go winless. But boy, the rating's not going over so well for them. 3 count. Beat Monster Express. I probably would have went the other way, but I see why the game obviously went with it because, I mean, Shannon Moore and Shane Helms are actually going really, really well. They've been a hell of a little team right now. Tozawa losing to the Morgasm, which is crazy. Yeah, obviously steal the show matchup, but they delivered. At least 3 count did. Monster Express, I mean, it's weird because it should be kind of like a representation of what they were in like the early to mid 2000s, so they're obviously not going to be as popular. But there's something going on where it's just not even close to where they probably should be. 73, though, for El Sky Team and 3MB. Actually, they beat them. Shockingly enough, thanks to Mystico. My God, I mean, Juristico getting hurt was the best thing that could have happened to that team. Who would have thought it? Again, Valiente getting the one with the Valiente special over Heath Slater. Crazy. I mean, 3MB, they've taken some tough losses. That one was pretty tough, though. I mean, again, if Juristico's not hurt, they're probably the better team, and they probably get the win. As the Brood beat the Bang Bang Gang, and yeah, obviously Juices and the Guns are not outperforming Edge, or even Gangrel even, so shows you that they were the much, much better team there for the Brood. Sweep for the fucking Vampires. Well, I mean, Edge almost got injured, which that would have been just disastrous for the Brood. CTU beating the Jurassic Express. Honestly, funny enough, I don't think I would have had CTU win this match. I think I would have gave it to Luchasaurus and the Jurassic Express. I probably would have had Luchasaurus beat Jado Orgetto just to help, elevate them as a viable threat. Hell of a matchup, though. Yeah, Jungle Boy, that was another one I forgot to look at, because I'm sure his stats are all kind of fucked up. Because really, at this time, Jungle Boy, obviously, I think his heel run has been pretty disastrous, but him as, like, the little babyface, fucking never say die character, as far as with the Jungle Boy character, as far as him and Luchasaurus are such a great team, and as far as, like, him as, like, the babyface kind of beat up, fall down guy, and a guy that can fire up when need be, is kind of the perfect role for that. It just kind of completely derailed that. Quite unfortunate. Right now, this is kind of more of like the scapegoat Jungle Boy ratings there. But LIJ and the Judgment Day, which, yeah, Shingo's now the best guy of the three. We might have went a little too crazy with his stats. But, like, his pro res rating was, like, in the 40s. It's crazy. I just doubled it. I was like, there's just no way. Shingo's awesome, obviously. But, yeah, that... his popularity isn't, like, as good as Naito, so, I mean, it shows you that ratings do matter, for sure. And same thing for Damian Priest, who's now the best guy. Best person, since Rhea was leading the charge. Which, I mean, that could still be true. I think in real life, I would say probably if you had to pick which three is kind of the most valuable out of that group at that time, probably her. But the South of Heaven for Damian Priest over Shingo. Huge win, though, for the Judgment Day, rather. And again, another loss for LIJ, which is extremely tough. I mean, it's crazy, again, the popularity not there. Especially because we edited Damian Priest's popularity, and, Naito's is pretty solid. Like, it just didn't hit as much as I would have hoped. Unclear, though, is the crowd, which is not great. Team Extreme and Team Canada. Jeff Hardy pinning P.D. Williams after the Swanton. Fun match, though. Again, it's crazy. Matt and Jeff, I mean, it's crazy. P.D., I didn't think he was that small. He's 5'7". So he would have been towered over Jeff and Matt in this matchup. And I think Eric Young's not 6 feet. Bobby Roode is, but still, like, Matt and Jeff would have looked like giants in there compared to Petey. But yeah, obviously they have a better team. Lita outperformed Eric Young, which I kind of would have loved to see Lita beat Eric Young there, but that's alright. But then 82, though, nonetheless. The ECW Originals and LAX, this would have been a fun little match. Van Dam and the Originals getting the win. Again, they have been getting some big wins along the way. They've been deserved somewhat. This one, I mean, it was close. LAX have gotten a couple of losses. I probably would have went with LAX because they needed the win more, but I don't mind it. Don't mind it there. Mr. Aguilar, Hector Garza, Pato Aguayo Jr., and Jin Nex. So Jin Nex getting the win. Finally, they get a win here. Hell of a matchup, though, with them and Los Perros de Mal. This will be a fun match. Again, it's crazy Pato Aguayo Jr. is as bad as he is in-ring performance-wise and whatnot, but boy, they went out there and stole the show, and at least they got the crowd hot, too, and buzzing for the rest of the card. Death Triangle and Kai and Tai. Again, you drop the Death Triangle off in Michinoku Pro in the late 90s. This match fucking rules. Pentagon Jr. again with a win. He beats Minsao. Yeah, Minsao was off his game. Just brutal. Brutal. Sad. Tough. All the adjectives you need to describe what's going on with Kai and Tai DX. Second City Saints beating Blood Generation. I mean, technically, they are in the Great Lakes area, so I mean, as far as Second City Saints, almost a hometown fight for them. But they do beat Blood Generation, and it was kind of, I mean, they were the underdog there as far as upset-wise, because they did get outperformed. Punk even got outperformed by Yoshino, so that's kind of crazy, but big win, though. Second City Saints nonetheless. Though that is the accurate representation, I would say, for this era of the Second City Saints as far as ratings-wise. So I'm cool with that. 91, though, for Team Angle and the OG Bloodline. Holy shit. Figured, obviously, Kurt and Shelton and Charlie Haas, Team Angle have been great. They've just been kind of stuck as the technical masterclass match. Finally, we get them with a good team to really let them have, like, a main event caliber matchup. And it's not even the main event, but Charlie Haas with the Haas of Pain over Jay Uso, and, yeah, just great stuff there. Got the crowd hotter, too, even. My God, white hot for our main event, which I thought was going to be a lot better. Had a lot of faith in this. Fucking Conan and Billy Kidman, and Ray was off his game, but he still got a 90. But, man, that did not go as well as I would have hoped. Omega does beat Conan, so the Elite get the win, and, I mean, obviously, the Elite Team Angle match is going to be crazy when we get to it. But, yeah, this show, whole lot of 70s, of course, like always. We did get a couple of 80s towards the upper part of the card, obviously. It got better throughout the night, but, boy, that 91, with the Team Angle and Bloodline match. Very, very good. I would have went, also, we didn't talk about this, as far as with Blood Generation and Second City Saints, I would have went with the Saints on that one, since they had been kind of losing a little bit. Team Angle, I would have gave them the win. And I would have gave the win to the Elite there as well. Just because I figured they would be the better team. But at the same time, though, depending on how that would have played out with them and the Animals, maybe would have went a different way. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, that is, as far as the last show for the Premier League. I mean, as far as, I mean, we've put over Edge a ton. I think we should put over the Hardy Boys. They've been great. Matt and Jeff been tremendous. I mean, again, we've been putting over Kurt Angle like crazy because he's the man. Maybe a little love for Shelton. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's well deserved. He's been really, really good. And, I mean, shout out Shingo. He's the man. Come here. Give you a hug. Good stuff. Good stuff there. Again, we're probably making, about 40 million. Gotta love it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're gonna keep him. Yeah, I'm sure it was a one-off. Yeah, we're gonna keep him. Yeah, set him down, maybe. Yeah, it got worse. Oh, yeah, we're gonna sort it out. Hey, that worked out. Cause yeah, I mean, I don't know why me and EY got some heat. That's probably from the all-time tag league. Yep, we're gonna keep Fenix. Good shit. Alright, well that was simple enough. As yeah, on to the final show of the episode. On to National League's Week 4 matchups. Alrighty, so for the locker room instances, unfortunately, we have nothing for Sid. But fuck, would that be awesome. Yeah, sure. John Carnoli wants to hang out. No, Snuka. I don't need another one. I don't need 2 murderers backstage. Jesus. As, yeah, Billy Gunn has an idea for a finish. Can't use that. Unfortunately, Big E entertained the locker room by organizing a poker tournament. Well, there we go. Well, that's very, very awesome. Yeah, fucking Steve Austin back in the day. Back at, what is that? Was he West Texas? Is that the university? But whenever he's in college, would watch fucking, the world class, drink a couple of beers, enjoy himself, and said, fuck it, maybe one day I'll do that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Axe, or Crush, huh? I believe that's backwards. First of all, I didn't know Inoki had any part of training Crush in Bryan Adams. I don't think that's a thing. That's fucking insane. Oh my God. Same thing here. This is definitely ass backwards. Holy shit. And he wants to put over Solo. Oh, there's a AJ Styles. Oh boy. Yeah, Benoit and Bobby Eaton getting into it. Probably the wrong guy to be getting upset with. As far as for Bobby Eaton, and he's pissing off Shawn Michaels. There we go. Again, not siblings. Father, son. Yeah, that's all backwards there. Just great. Just great. So yeah, now we'll add all these matches and we'll run the final show. Alright, so we kick off with the Horsemen taking on the FBI. And yeah, I mean, obviously with this matchup, it was like, hey, let's give the Horsemen maybe a bit of a night off. As far as for them, they get the easy win over the FBI. Guido, Mama Luke, Big Sally Graciano, and yeah, I mean, that's the right call. As, yeah, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. This is exactly how I would have wanted it. Hopefully, everything goes well, but yeah, 74 for the segment rating for the future for both these teams. Because, listen, the FBI, I mean, they're a lot better than I anticipated, actually. I didn't think Mama Luke and Guido would be doing, like, damn near 60s at this point. But here they are. I figured Big Sal was going to be the worst guy, but didn't expect that. House of Black and the Hard Foundation. So there we go. We helped out Buddy Matthews a little bit. Brody King now, as far as maybe he'll be the next guy we look to try and help a little bit, because at the same time, though, maybe that's pretty accurate for where he's at, especially compared to guys like Owen and Brett and Davey, when you kind of look at it from the scale like that. But Owen and Brett, and of course Davey getting the win. The technical masterclass matchup too, so that doesn't help Brody's case at all. But it's a good win though for the Hart Foundation. This one I probably would have went with Brett getting the win over Brody King there. Because, I mean, Owen getting a sharpshooter over such a big guy like that, that would be a cool visual, though. And it's not like Brody's going to care. You know, Brody's going to put over Owen for sure. Katsuya Nakajima of Kinsuke Office beating the new Three Musketeers. That is crazy. What a win. Tanahashi, Shibata, Nakamura. I mean, fucking Nakamura's the best guy in the match. And they still didn't get the win. That is crazy. Tanahashi's off his game. That's wild. Nakajima and Shibata. Boy, they should do the G1 spot again where Shibata headbutts him. But this time Nakajima somehow fires up and plants him in the fucking vertical spike. Awesome match though. Very much love that. Los Brazos and Planet Jarrett again. This would really depend on how we would have given Los Brazos a lot of wins up to this point already. Probably at least a handful. This time I think we would have gave it to Planet Jarrett just because I feel like they would have needed the wins a little bit more, but a decent little matchup. Could have been worse, but yeah, Planet Jarrett getting the win. 2 points for them. Bullet Club and Bloodline here. I'm about to say we could have solved this match in the future, but Good Brothers are out of there, so probably won't be seeing this on anytime soon. But obviously with Tama in the Bullet Club, obviously they have their history, so that's a fun kind of dynamic for it. We gotta have to edit Kikafatu though. I can't be seeing my boy have a 45 here. He's at least better than Tama. He's at least a 60 plus. He's better than Gallows, goddammit. I know that much. It is crazy Solo is even worse than Gallows, but that's alright. AJ though, looking great out there. No surprise. No surprise. Too cool in the Von Erichs. Boy, I can only imagine the Von Erichs here. They lose too, which is insane. I'd probably have them win here. Just for the respect at this point, because, yeah, we're not going to have them lose to Too Cool. That's fucking hilarious, though. Imagine telling Von Erichs they're going to have to lose to a guy in a thong and these two dancing fucks. Oh, man. Great shit, though. Fun match. I feel like they could work well together as far as two babyface groups. Glad this isn't anywhere in the southern region of the United States, though. I don't think the fans would like this very much. Them losing. The Radicals, though, in Psycho Clown, Murder Clown, and Zombie Clown, the Psycho Circus. There we go. Good little match here. Texas Cloverleaf, though, for Demon Link over Murder Clown. Zombie Clown probably should have took the loss, but probably should have been Perry getting a win, because Perry could use one, but it's a good match, though. Decent little matchup. We'll take the 76. 74 for DX and Demolition. Thought for sure Demolition was going to get this win. But yeah, X-Pac, best guy in the match. Yeah, it was pretty fair. Quite accurate. Again, Road Dogg being the second best guy is pretty wild. Yeah, famous. Love it. Love it. Yeah, that was a steal the show matchup to try to get the crowd rocking and rolling, which, yeah, now the crowd's hot. Fun match here, triple threat in the Wyatt family. Obviously, Bam Bam in there with Luke Harper and Bray is pretty awesome, but also, he would almost dwarf those guys in a way, because he is so much bigger. But also, I mean, Brody is at least tall, so at least he's got that. You know, Brody and Rowan, they're taller. Bray might be the same height, but obviously, weight-wise, Bam Bam was enormous, but yeah, triple threat gets the win. I don't like that Shane Douglas won with a franchiser, but at the same time, it's like, well, Bam Bam's been getting wins, and it's like, you're going to pick one of these big fuckers up for a greetings from Asbury Park. Honestly, I probably would give it to the Wyatt family here. I think Bray or Luke Harper, or even Rowan getting the win over, Chris or Douglas would have made more sense there. Triple threat, getting another win. This matchup, boy oh boy, the NWO and the Ministry of Darkness. I mean, I don't like that Ron Simmons had to lose to Hulk Hogan. Don't love that at all. If someone was going to win, I would have rather it be Scott or even Kevin Nash. He'd probably, Taker, I guess, really, if someone was going to lose, Taker losing to Hogan would have been fine. But yeah, that just makes me want to throw up. So let's hurry up and get past that. As far as who I would have picked, that was a tough one. because the NWO, they probably needed a win at that point. Same thing for the Ministry of Darkness, really. That's a big time matchup for either team, and probably would have won with the NWO though, but probably would have, again, not had Hogan win. Ring Kampf and Suzuki-gun as Walter getting the win over David Boy Smith Jr. Again, Walter and Minoru Suzuki or Walter and Lance Archer. Sign me up for that. That would have been pretty awesome. Obviously, Timothy Thatcher and Minoru Suzuki also would have ruled, but the right team wins. Ring Kampf there. Fun match, though. 78 for Chaos in the Shield. Again, Okada in there with Ambrose or Reigns or Rollins. Fantastic stuff. Ishii and any of those guys, or Goto, any of those guys. It's crazy. 5 world champions. 3 IWGP heavyweight champions involved in that matchup. And, yeah, I mean, as far as main eventing Wrestle Kingdoms and WrestleManias, obviously, 3 of them. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah, Dirty Deeds from Ambrose. That old headlock driver. Or, no, that was the headlock driver. No, I can't believe I forgot what Dirty Deeds was. I think it wasn't just the DDT. I don't know, I think the headlock driver was Dirty Deeds. That's wild. Anyway, we keep it rolling. Hell of a matchup here. Over to one of the 3 Musketeers, I would have had Chono beat Steve Austin as revenge there. Oh, previous matchup. Probably would have gave it the Shield. I feel like they were probably going to be the better team there. But yeah, I mean, Keiji Muto with a 93, Chono with a 79. Pretty good stuff. He had just Hashimoto. He's off his game, so that hurt him. But again, for guys, obviously, Keiji Muto, Masahiro Chono, it's wild to think that they were NWA champions while, WCW was rocking and rolling. But obviously, for Keiji Muto, he's kind of more known in the States as, the Great Muta character. But still, crazy to think he's at 93 there as far as in-ring performance-wise. Good shit, though, nonetheless. Good shit there. And 80 for the Freebirds in Evolution. This was a little bit more of, I think this would have just been a fun match to see. Like, Batista and Terry Gordy would have been awesome. Orton and Michael, as far as, Michael selling for him and Buddy selling for Orton type of things. And, Hunter, obviously, and Gordy would be pretty good. And yeah, just, spinebuster win for Batista over Buddy Roberts. That's also a great finish to have the monster, the animal, if you will, for Evolution just absolutely plant Buddy Roberts through the ring. But, yeah. It sucks this wasn't in Japan, because this match fucking rules, obviously. Super Generation Army versus Saruta Gun. The 6-man match to have. And, of course, it's a 99. And Super Generation Army win. Masafuchi gets carried into the best match so far of the tournament, and Masawa beats him with an Implosion as well. 2 100s, a 95 and a 91, obviously the 4 pillars. Absolutely killing it. Of course, they had great matches in the all-time tag league with, as far as Masawa and Kobashi against Kawada and Taue, and now teammates, Kawada with Masawa and Kobashi, and they are just running the fucking show in the National League as far as ratings-wise and wins-wise. A 96, a 99 main, a 95. Should have been co-main, but the Evolution Freebirds match was kind of like a cool-down match. Again, crazy that the worst match was actually Planet Jarrett and Los Brazos, and not the FBI 4 Horsemen match. Or even Dooku and the Von Erichs. That definitely did not go over as well as I would have hoped. But yeah, some good stuff, though, obviously with the main. And again, it's crazy that there's only a handful of 80-plus matches on this card. It's a lot more mid compared to Premier League, it seems like, but it's just been full steam ahead with the Super Generation Army. They just cannot have a bad show with them on the main event, especially against Taue and Jumbo. Yeah, we'll put over Taue there. Yeah, honestly, Hunter's done really well for himself. Yeah, we'll put him over. Let's put over Owen. Great win. Yeah, the man. And, fucking Keiji Muto. Brother killed it. Good shit. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Another big bang roll. Yeah, it's a huge success. Yeah, we're gonna keep Claudio. No shit. I support Bret Hart. Hunter is definitely a piece of shit for what he did with, of course, if you've seen Wrestling with Shadows. Glad Bret's wife, who I am forgetting her name at the moment, or his first wife, really gave it to him. Yeah, huge problem he's got to address. Yeah, I mean, I have to support Grandmaster Sexy in this one. I mean, listen, I'm a Bradshaw guy. You know, the hardcore title run, and obviously the JBL run, and even the APA run. Like, he was great. But you can't threaten to sodomize, or even sodomize, a guy on the roster. You can't do it. That's fucking illegal, in the words of Dana White. Yeah, Jay Lawler's like, hey, man. But yeah. Yeah, support Dean Malenko. Fuck off, Kevin Nash. That fucking vanilla midgets comment can eat a bag of dicks. Alrighty, so yeah, that will do it though for the first, at least booking show, as far as episode 2 in the books. As another show is going to unfortunately have to be uploaded on Sunday because of all the editing that we had to do and all the shit we had to do, but, man, I mean, hell of a couple of shows though, especially the main event. Already, that is the match to beat. As far as just already, to look at the top 100, obviously that show, the National League, 2, 3, and 4. Best thing, so far the Premier League's only had the one better show the first week. Matches-wise, again, it's that main event, but and then that Dangerous Alliance 3 Musketeers match was the second best. You have to go to the day one, or the week one, rather, main event with the Elite and Generation X to get a non-National League main event. We probably stacked the National League a little too high, but at the same time, I think the Premier League is going to get rocking and rolling once they kind of get their feet wet and get, used to what they're doing as far as ratings-wise and whatnot. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time, which hopefully will be Saturday, and I'm hoping, the plan is, to at least get to, what we'll do is, for the episode, we'll take a look where the standings are, everything like that. We'll probably run, I want to get to at least week 16. That's a lot of shows in one episode, but I think the way we've kind of been pushing these out, who knows though, it's been taking about 15 minutes to run through these shows, so maybe not, maybe we will just stick with running to week 12 and call it there. But yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.